Everything I spit rare, we sound in that great area podcast. They talk about hip hop all the way in the UK, so they gon' get props. Ooh, let me catch you one.
I wanted to be straight gangster.
I didn't even mean to press that one, to be honest, but I just needed the board to work and it wasn't working, so there you go. Episode 100. We've done it. We've made it. After this, there'll be no more pods. No, I'm joking. That's okay. But yeah, we thought we'd do something a little bit different. I'm kind of doing Sean's bit for him because I don't know. I was talking already, so I kept talking. But yeah, 100 episodes special. Sean, tell us what's going on for the 100 episodes special. Plaz.
Should we just be real and say like we didn't really know what to do, and then you came up with a good idea off the fly? Should we just?
Yeah, we were going to drop just a regular episode. I was like, guys, it's kind of episode 100. I want to do something special. And everyone's like, oh, is that important? I'm like, yes.
Very. You made a good point. It's a good opportunity to reflect on I guess what not just what we've done so far, but just rap and hip hop over the last 4 or so years, and think about like where the game was then, where it is now, but also share a little bit more about ourselves, because we might just say stuff off the cuff, but to let our listeners know like what some of our favorite projects are, first album we listened to, and talk about some of our favorite moments from the podcast as well. So it's a bit casual in that sense, but also like you say, a necessary sort of milestone to reflect on as well.
Yeah, it's mad though, because when we started this, I thought 10 episodes max. These guys ain't making it past 10 episodes. They're gonna get bored. People are gonna drop out. There's 4 of us, but now there's 5 of us, which is even crazier. But the fact we made to 100, I'm quite shocked. You know what I mean? That's 4 years of consistent effort on everyone's part. Mm-hmm. Everyone plays their different roles in this, and everyone shows up. Obviously, well, we used to record every week and then drop every other week, but everyone shows up to every recording and gives their best, which is, absolutely fantastic. Our newest signing, Neil, is currently not by the mic, but to add Neil into the equation has been a great thing as well. That worried me a little bit, even though I've known Neil for a long time. I just thought, will it work? Will it make sense? Will he talk? Will it be articulate?
It makes so much sense, man. It's just this perfect fit.
It adds a good kind of bolstering to the way that the podcast works. I feel like with Neil and Theo, we've got that fan perspective that, like, I have my opinions, and my opinions are based on what I know are facts. Then we've got Sean, who is the fence-sitting man who loves to be on the fence. Truth and reason, and then just me and Kieran being absolute maniacs, saying things, taking it back again, saying it again.
It doesn't make sense.
Listen to music we shouldn't be listening to.
Oh no.
Strong heart.
Still.
But yeah, I think over the years, this podcast has become quite interesting. We've had a few dips and blips in like what can we make, how are we going to make it, but now we're in a good rhythm. I think we've got a good little format and a good loyal listener base. Some people are unknown, some people are known, and the people that are unknown that we do know don't make themselves known because they're just shy. I don't know what that's about.
We built organically as well.
Oh yeah, from the soil, from the mud.
Yeah. Right. Should we get into it?
I want to know who's listening. I'm not gonna lie.
Hella people. Surprisingly, a lot of people that we know listen, but then also there's still like 100+ other people that listen to this. It's like, who the fuck are these people?
Yeah, so do I.
Do you know what I mean? Apart from the Pop Smoke episode where we kind of went a bit crazy.
Well, that one went viral. I don't know what that was about.
That one got thousands of listeners, and I don't know if it was people trying to see if it was the album we'd uploaded or whatever, but India was going crazy. Africa was yeah, we was going a bit nutty. Now it's kind of settled down. Like the listener base is kind of US, UK, and then a bit global with it. But before that, bruh, we was all over the shop.
The mad thing is for me is when I tell people, like, people like close in my life about the podcast, or when I initially told people, oh yeah, we're doing this podcast, none of them really listen to it, which is fair enough. Like they're not really that into music. But then I'll like randomly say it. Like if I'm out at a work thing or whatever, I'll be drunk. I'll just mention it in conversation. I'll like half not remember I've said it. And then that person will come up to me a few weeks later and be like, oh yeah, I've been listening and I'm enjoying this episode and that episode. And I'm like, how did you know we've got a podcast? And like, oh, you said it at the work, dude. Like, oh shit. Okay.
Do you know what I find though? I find a lot of people that are around our age, so like 30 odd and above with kids and stuff, they're listening to this music, but they have no one to talk to about it. And so they want to listen to other people's opinions that aren't the big influencers that are out there just saying stuff for shock value or trying to be overly critical or play politics. So that's what a lot of people have said to me why they like the podcast, because it's like, you guys are just real and you're saying stuff that I'm thinking. Whereas when they go listen to other avenues, they're not saying that stuff. They're saying like, oh yeah, I can see this, I can see that, and just like dick riding people, whereas we don't really do that. But yeah, no, you're right. It's interesting. 4 years and 100 episodes is, you know, a milestone that a lot of people never make it to. A lot of people start a podcast and they fuck it off and they don't do stuff and they miss one recording, it becomes two. But we're here. We're here and we're trying to discuss how the scene was when we started versus where we're at now. And I just want to throw this one out there because this is the first review I remember us doing. It's the Chip Snakes and Ladders project.
Oh yeah.
So that's where the UK was at then. We'd come off the back of a pretty good time in the pandemic season where everyone was dropping tunes like crazy because they just had them. But when we started this podcast, I would say the UK was not.
It went back to like how we were when we were teens, where it was like grandma was trying to do pop and stuff. What?
Yeah, it was not.
What happened?
But I swear, like a month later, Gets dropped. Conflicts of Interest.
Yeah,
Is that a month later?
Yeah,
it was pretty soon. But what I will say about Snakes and Ladders, though, it kind of like reflected the title. I must admit, because it was all over the place.
Yeah,
that's
This is
I don't know if that was intentional. Like it wasn't meant to flow because obviously you're on the board, you're up and down. So I did think that afterwards, but
no, allow it, man.
This was one of the times where we were given ratings as well, and I think that across the board
the ratings are horrible.
We gave it like a 3 or something, which is so harsh. We just started out, and realistically, we didn't know shit about Pierce or whatever the people say, and we were like, it's a 3, it's trash. It's like, okay, maybe if we had a bit more sense, we would have gone, it's not bad, it's just not for us. But
Sam, I remember I messaged you a couple of times in those early days, like maybe we should take that bit out, maybe don't include this. I was paranoid, man. I thought, these guys are coming for us.
One thing, the only thing that happens is we beep stuff. That used to be a big part of the podcast, was beeping.
No, the beeps have stopped, man. We just say it now.
Beeping things out, and now it's just like, leave it in. Like the joke of that has died. It's not fun anymore. But the show's mostly unedited, apart from like a few like mishaps that might happen or something kind of is like a really bad topic area that we have taken it out. But even that, sometimes I edit just before the bad thing said and then put it in when we're all laughing, and it's just odd for a listener. They'd be like, "What the fuck just happened?" It's like, don't worry, take it off the record.
So what do we think then? Because I mean, you've probably noticed on the run through, I kind of separated this question into a few different sections, because I know we don't like in some aspects we don't like to separate the UK from across the pond and whatnot, but I think it's kind of necessary in this situation because our scene is different to over there, and then even further from that, you know, mainstream is different to, you know, what is, I guess, for lack of a better term, underground. So like, how do we feel about, let's maybe start with the UK. How do we think things have things improved? Have they changed drastically since, you know, back in the beginning of 2021?
The UK underground is taking over. There is no UK mainstream anymore. Like the UK mainstreams that we're looking at is like your Crepton Conans, Gets, Kano, what's that other guy?
Well, Central C is the...
Well, yeah, Central C. But all these people are like, they're not even really rappers rapping, like doing like, we haven't got the same vast level of like roster of artists. It's either they're doing big things, you know, selling out arenas and stadiums and they're well known, or they're underground. And it's like the underground is actually making better music. But the problem is where those people refuse to play into music politics, especially nowadays with, you know, being able to just launch a career on TikTok and not have to really do too much. Underground is staying underground, but they're dropping heat. Every week I'm finding new underground rappers, and it's blowing my mind in the UK. But back 4 years ago, it was a mainstream game. Get your streams up, get your promo campaign going, a lot more kind of structure to it. But now with the UK, underground, indie, do you know what I mean? It's a fucking circus. It's just crazy from what I've seen.
Do you think that's because less and less people are buying into signed to major labels.
I don't think the major labels are trying to sign anybody.
You don't think? No.
Nah, not in the slightest. I think major labels are trying to rock with the artists they've already got, and any new artists they sign are not going to be rappers. They're going to be kind of like multi-potentialites or stars that they can mold together. It's like the death of boy bands and girl bands. They're not making those anymore. They try, and then one pops off, but it's not like before where there's lots to choose from.
Yeah.
And I think with rappers now, they're like, I can't be bothered. The
I hear that,
egos
to be
and all that
honest.
stuff.
Yeah. Like, what UK rapper is like big up and coming popping? Like, we barely even get fed new ones these days.
Nah. The last label rapper to really have a good time on a label is Central C. And even if you hear his new album, he's making the label work because he's making them make money. But he doesn't want to do it himself because there's a lot of stuff that a label handles that if you went indie, now you have to take money for and account for and all this kind of stuff. Whereas now he's just like, look, I think I'm going to sell lots of music, give me lots of money, and he's always recouped. So
You know that they did try like Pascal You and I don't even know if I said that name right, and Unknown T as well. Them two.
Unknown T's a weird one because he had commercial appeal, and so does Pascal Lu, especially with the latest album. But they were all in J Hus's shadow, even though J Hus wasn't there. If you know what I mean, J Hus wasn't really releasing when them lot were coming up because J Hus was in prison, and then J Hus came out of prison, didn't do anything, then dropped a pretty mid album, and then now it's just kind of like this weird middle ground where no one really accepts them for them. Well, not Unknown T.
Yeah, but say Unknown T. I think he's in his own lane, but Pascal for sure.
Yeah, Unknown T is a weird one though because the way he came into the game is definitely not how he's coming in now. He's actually evolved in such a nice way, and I think that's one thing I'm seeing from a lot of artists that we may have been listening to back then, which I'm pretty sure we would have been listening to. They've grown into their own. Like if you look at Little Sims in 2021 versus all the stuff she's doing and been through since then, crazy progression. But the GOATs, the only one that's progressed is Gets. Even Kano's sounding a bit not dry.
He wasn't sounding like all that on that new one. I can't lie. It was just.
This is what I'm saying. So it's like the underground, the new people are taking over, and the middle level of rapper just doesn't exist. It's either you're a big star or you're underground and you're coming up. When I say underground, these people are getting millions of streams. You just never heard of them.
I do feel like the Gets has definitely like taken. Like, he's got to be number one now, all-time UK rapper.
Well, I mean, if you're operating with any kind of sense, you would say that, wouldn't you? But the state of the game right now is that
the mainstream will not agree with that. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
that's
the state of the game right now is it's all streams and how much this and that you've got. But it's like if you're talking about what's really going on and who's got the best raps and the best flow and whatever, it's definitely Gets.
Like he's evolved. He was always such a good lyricist, but it's like he's rapping even better. It's crazy to deep it the way he's rapping now.
Pre conflict of interest, I was not checking for Gets like that. There's a few songs here and there, a few freestyles, and it just never landed. But nowadays, he's like fine wine. Excuse the pun from his own. Album.
Only thing I'd say is that we know that when Kano gets in album mode, it's different.
He's not getting into album mode.
No, like when it
happens,
happens,
Netflix films.
I guarantee though, when he does drop next, it's
not coming, bro. It's not coming. After I watched that film, The Kitchen, I was like, "Oh, you're trying to act, and you're not good at it," and that was it.
Whoa,
man, that's a bit harsh. Jesus, man.
He was great in Top Boy. He was great in Top Boy, but The Kitchen was not it.
That's a yellow card. That's a yellow card.
Sweet, that is out.
The Kitchen. Has anyone watched that film?
No, I ain't seen it.
But it's still
watch
harsh.
it. Watch it.
Is that the one with Ian Wrighton?
I don't even know. Yeah. He's a DJ or some kind of. It tried to do something, but it's just Top Boy in the future. That's all it was. It was. Don't get me started.
No.
I think Kano can act though. Kano's great at acting.
I thought he could. Yeah,
That's what I know. He was brilliant at Sully.
You know when you're watching someone act, you can see them thinking of the next line.
That's
what's happening.
No.
Oh no, we're not doing him like that.
So would you say it was a bad performance?
Watch The Kitchen. All I'm saying is, yeah.
Damn.
Kano was a good actor when he was in Top Boy, but I think that's because he was just playing a character he's already seen many times. When he had to go over there and become a thespian or whatever, he was not doing it. It wasn't working. It weren't coming off. There's no BAFTA coming his way. No Emmys. Do you know what I'm saying?
So he's not more like Bashi then.
Bashi's a proper actor now. Yeah, Bashi's different. There's a lot of UK gets in Supercell. He's a real actor. That's acting. Because we've seen that character before, but we've not seen that level of maniac. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just saying that to say I don't think Kano's trying to make music. I think he's trying to be an actor.
Cool.
I'm
trying to move on.
Yeah. You know I love
Let's
Kane.
keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, what have you got to say about the kind of UK scene? Because I don't really care about discussing the US scene, but I want to talk about the UK scene for a bit.
Yeah, the UK scene. Even though I'm not.
I was directed at Theo, but okay.
Oh, sorry, my bad. All right. I still got it anyway.
Yeah.
So the UK scene. What I thought about recently, you guys were just talking about who's improved the most. I don't really check for this person, but I feel like just generally, just looking from the outside in, I feel like Heady One's improved quite a bit. Since starting and where he's at now. I feel like he's definitely figured out his mainstream kind of career path, and he's doing really well. Like he's not my cup of tea, but I feel like he's appealing to his audience and he's getting the fans that he wants to get, and he's doing really good. I think.
I think in the course of this podcast is when he started releasing songs like "Ain't It Different" and all that kind of stuff.
That was hard, you know.
Yeah,
undeniably.
So he definitely found his own way. I think the problem is now, every time I listen to Heady One, he's not saying anything new. He's just talking about the same stuff that he's not doing anymore. He's just dusty bando. My head looks like a 50p piece. Like that's all he's saying all the time. That's what he says. Okay, you don't listen to Heady One. These are his bars. I don't. So these are the bars he said. Whereas if you look at someone like K-Trap, K-Trap has gone from Roadman with a mask on to like Rick Ross, and when I say Rick Ross, it's the style of rapping. It's like flexy, flossy. Okay. I'm not saying he's Rick Ross level. I'm saying the style of that luxury rap. Okay. But I mean, to be fair though, he did some stuff with Nux last year, or maybe this year. That stuff was good.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right. The drill rappers have progressed a lot. Unfortunately, there's that issue of they always go to prison. Even Digga D's gone back to prison, which is really sad because Digga D, if you listen to the podcast and you've listened for a while, you know I fucking love Digga D. I think he's one of the best. And Dig That, but I think Dig That is in prison as well. Yeah. Yeah. So it's hard to keep drill rappers on the straight and narrow. Whereas most rappers over here, they ain't really doing what the drill rappers are doing. They're just talking about stuff.
Yeah. But to add to your point, I really feel like some of these drill rappers they've improved and figured out how to make it work for them, and like it's not as amateurish or entry level. I feel like they kind of fine-tuned some of their skills and found what their sound is and really pushed it. So it's nice in that sense. Like, it's not for me, but I can appreciate what they are doing and the moves they're making. So it's like, yeah, sick.
And to be fair, I think we've had an interesting transitional period where people like Nines are like, I'm retiring. It's like, but you're just getting started. But when you look at it, Nines has been in the game for, 12, 13 odd years, 14 years maybe? Like, maybe he was right. It's like, I'm at the top of the game, let me retire while I'm winning. Obviously, he'll come back and do features here and there, but that's an interesting stance because we don't see a lot of rappers do that properly. Obviously, we have like the fake retirements that happen overseas, but I think Nines is serious that he doesn't want to rap anymore.
Didn't he say in an interview like he doesn't like making songs with him that takes a while? He doesn't enjoy it as much as other people. He doesn't just make songs just very quickly.
I think it's a job to him.
Most people said something.
Most people find this stuff fun and fair enough for them. But for other people, it's a chore that they're very good at and makes them money. But in his case, he's got other things going on. He's bought businesses. He's got his label. He wants to push them lot. And I think, to be fair, when you're as big as he is, sometimes it's good to make space for other people to come through.
I lost you there.
I lost your sound.
Yeah, your sound dipped.
Did it?
It's back. Shit. Back now.
It's back. Okay, weird. Must be the internet. So yeah, I don't know what everyone else is thinking about the UK right now, but I think that over the last 3 years and obviously 10, 15 years, I think it's been a good time.
The only observation I've kind of got, and I brought it up a few months back, is just that I don't know if it's due to listening habits or any sort of shift in just the industry and whatnot, or whether it's just these artists haven't dropped. But I feel like 2021, 2022, there was a bit more focus on putting together like full bodies of work, like real artistic visions when it comes to albums and stuff. We haven't had as much of that the last couple of years. Like 2021, there was Getz, Sims, Dave, forgetting a few. I think 2022 you had like Loyal Kana, you had Sims again, you had again, I'm forgetting some names. I feel like that's kind of slowed a bit, and again, I don't know if that's due to then just like that kind of caliber of artist not releasing a full length, or whether it is just like artists are putting more effort into singles and trying to get the streams up and the TikToks and all this sort of stuff. Just an observation, really.
I think it's one of those ones where people don't really want it anymore. Even though we like it, I don't think the people want it anymore. And the prime example is people listen to an album on shuffle when they first listen to it, which I think is absolutely nuts.
Yeah, that's just mad when people do that.
Well, I realise it's because some of them don't have Spotify Premium. So like, imagine like a kid that's kind of broke. Yeah, they've got Spotify, but they've got the free one. So when they listen to the album, they've only got the option of listening to it on shuffle.
Yeah.
When they listen to a playlist, they can only listen to it on shuffle. So I think the privilege of being able to listen to an album is not as democratic as it was before. Because before I could buy a CD, I pay $9.99, I rip it to my computer, I could give it to someone else, they can rip it to their computer, and the same CD can go around a couple times. Nowadays, everyone's listening to it on their own device, on their own account. There's no way to share it. YouTube, even people aren't going to YouTube to check albums. So that's probably why people listen to it on shuffle, and then other people just don't care.
Yeah,
they just want to listen to the feature tracks.
Yeah, I think that's why it was good. No, go ahead, Theo. Go on.
No, I was just saying, especially because like for work, when I see all the younger generation, they're just checking for singles now anyway. They don't even really care about like albums or like bodies of work. When I speak to them about certain, they're like, "Oh, so you into UK music?" UK. Obviously, the UK scene, grime, and I speak to them about certain projects. They're like, "Nah, I'm not checking that. Nah, I'm not checking that." They just want singles. They don't really care for that. I almost feel that they don't have the time to like sit down and actually appreciate or listen to a body of work. But then, that being said, I think that's just society as a whole. I think we're in a kind of different generation. So, for example, like if I'm at work, I'll always just like put on an album. I've got the luxury of being able to do that and taking that body of work where I have to actually put myself in their shoes as well. And they're like, I don't know, it's a fast-paced life with the way how social media is, TikTok, everything's here, there, now. The attention span just doesn't last. So if it was like 3 tracks, I'm bored. I just want to listen to what's popping off now. What's the latest single that I can check? Everything that you see is all checking. Instagram, Facebook, even going on YouTube. You just see one track. They just want to see what's popping off. They're not willing to be patient enough just to listen to that body of work.
Things
so that
like
probably
what,
explains,
things like what Bashi did last year are quite rare now.
Yeah, exactly.
Really. It's a rare thing.
So
and I think that's why
coming out with albums.
Yeah. And what Kieran said about Getz, I think, is right about being the kind of leader right now. Is that Getz dropped 2 last year, and not just like nilly-willy albums. It was full bodies of work, artistic visions, and this it's kind of refreshing in this day and age because we don't get much of that over here anymore. And I don't mean any disrespect to other artists who are putting together bodies of work, but I think you all know what I mean. Like.
Most albums are being made to just work like that. You just find the singles at the top. No, the other stuff is like, I listen to like Gunna's albums. It's like, what's going on?
Well, you mentioned,
let's not even say names in it.
There's always a banger on these albums, and it's like the hard part is finding it on release day because it might not be one of the singles that's come out already. Normally it is, but like for Central C's album, I'm so glad I listened to it because realistically, I wouldn't have found those other 3-4 songs that I like.
Yeah.
I would have just written it off and been like, oh, it's going to sound like shit. But I think the thing is, kids now will just go with what one's got a music video, what one's making TikTok waves, and then that's the one they add to their playlist. And that cycle can be very quick because sometimes the music video comes out before it comes out on Spotify, or sometimes the sound starts popping off before the song comes out. Like there's songs on TikTok that I desperately want to come out, but it's just a sound on TikTok. I'm like, I keep commenting. I'm there. I'm in the UK underground, by the way. I'm deep in there. I'm commenting on these things like, please release it. Please release it. And the guy's like, no. It's like, what do you mean, no? Do you want people to hear your music or not? I don't care.
What?
The song's done. It's bounced. It's on his computer. He doesn't want to upload it.
You're having arguments with the real underground.
Oh, man. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, to kind of back up the points of what Theo said, the generation below us is different in that they don't want to listen. Well, I say the people that are into music, not the masses, the people that just listen to whatever they're told to listen to. The people that are into music don't want you to know what they're listening to. And as well as that, they don't really listen to whole projects unless it's something that's now in their eyes classic. The younger generation that are into music are talking to me about Frank Ocean and Tyler the Creator as if I haven't been up on this stuff for the last 10 years. Telling me about Channel Orange and Wolf and all this stuff. I said, I was there.
Exactly. We lived through that moment,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You can't talk to us about that, man. We were
sure.
there.
But like
so they're a lot different, and they're not rap focused. They don't really care about rap like that.
Right.
They like singing. They like chill. Something about the
Yeah.
pandemic ruined them kids because they don't want to get hype. They want to be chill.
But you know, it's a nice little segue because we're mentioning a few US artists. I mean, again, I think it's necessary to kind of split this conversation. I mean, from a mainstream standpoint, you know, I think that the US scene up until last year was pretty stale. You know, I
Yeah,
think
it's
that
gone. It's gone.
I would agree with that.
prior to 2024, the last time I felt like mainstream hip hop over there was exciting was like around the Donda Certified Lover Boy time, you know, when like there was the whole Kanye Drake thing. And then that year you also had the off season, you had the Call Me If You Get Lost. I felt like mainstream
Nas
hip
as
hop was in a
well.
pretty good place that year. And then it kind of went a bit flat for a couple of years, and it was flat for a couple of years before that anyway. It felt like prior to then it was 2018 with the whole like, you know, Drake push good music thing. That was, you know, that was another
Astro
exciting
World,
time.
all of that.
Yeah, Astro World, yeah, for sure. And then 2024 was, you know, it kind of sparked some life back into mainstream hip hop. But having said that, you know, I think that another thing to observe is just the sort of the continued rise of the women over there. And like, I know not so much from like a
big time.
album standpoint, but the singles and really sort of pushing, moving the needle, and having such a widespread impact on the culture. But yeah, I don't think it's great over there, really.
Though.
What's that?
It's interesting because the women are doing better than the men ever could from the jump because women support women in a different way to how men support other men, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So like the second that I came across Lato, she was just coming up, bang, she's popped off, she's rich, you know, big diamonds in the bezel.
Yeah.
Same with Glow. We sat here talking about Glorilla, 2-3 years ago? Sean was like, this is one of my new favorite rappers. I think she's gonna bang. She's popped off.
Yeah.
Ice Spice, she's not even that good. Bang, popped off. Do you know what I mean? But it's just non-stop. It's absolutely non-stop with these female rappers. And to be fair, I don't even like to do the separation of female rappers. They're just rappers, right? They're making better music. They're making music that you can actually kind of have a vibe to. It's not all like, I'm stabbing and shoot and kill you. It's fun. And I think that's what we need right now is not fun music per se, but music where people are just trying something different rather than sticking with what's known.
Yeah.
I was even deep
isn't
in like
working anymore.
I was deep in like how Scissors just uses rap as well, and it's just like male rappers don't really do that at all. Like she's exploring so many ways you can use your voice. It's incredible.
Well, SZA is an interesting one because I always say to people that SZA is a rapper, right? She's an artist, but she's an artist who raps, kind of like Doja Cat is now, right? Yeah. Like she is really, really in her own lane where she's one of the biggest artists on the planet right now, but she's not mainstream in that regard because the sector of people that support her aren't really, you know, the same people that listen to like Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter. But she's a big major artist.
I think she's mainstream.
She is.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I think she's just a popular artist. I don't think she's mainstream because she still makes music for her. It's still very personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can still be personal and mainstream.
Okay.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because it doesn't sound like a machine's making her music. It's crazy.
It does.
It's her making that music.
Great.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed the who are you talking about? Sorry, I blanked.
SZA.
SZA.
Yeah.
Did you say she's not mainstream, Sam?
She's not.
SZA.
She's not like a Taylor Swift or like a Sabrina Carpenter or like, you know, a big.
These machines,
is.
like these
I think
bots.
she is.
You think so?
Think she is. You see SOS, the album?
Yeah,
that
serious.
is.
Yeah, serious.
That's serious.
Like if you're talking
She
about
took a few albums
mainstream,
to get there though.
White America ate that one up. Like
Really?
that. What's that song? Kill Bill. Because all over TikTok, Kill Bill.
They like that. That's true.
I Hate You. Blind.
That's true.
They were singing. All them white girls, teenage girls, they were loving that off, going crazy, putting in all
Obviously,
their,
all the stars as well.
Yeah,
back in the
like
day.
it was-
All the-
See,
yeah.
that song's weird because of the film it's attached to. You'd think it's because of the film, but that song is bigger than the film.
Yeah,
No,
like,
no,
it's
it
much
is.
bigger than the film.
she,
Yeah,
she did Glastonbury.
yeah.
That was a
last
sad
year-
one though. That was a sad one because she got done dirty.
What do you mean?
I think they put her on the wrong day. I think they put
They
her on
did
the
put her on the
Sunday.
Yeah, she was the last day. They did do
Yeah.
it dirty because she
Yeah,
never.
she should've- she
Because
should've
who was
been a
on
Friday,
Who was the
Saturday.
Saturday? Because someone was. I can't remember who the Saturday was. So then when it came to the Sunday, they did it wrong. Really.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
That-
gonna
that's
have to find
that's
out,
the hard
actually.
part about festivals, and we can kind of get to some festival chat, even though it's kind of release recap kind of talk. But
Yeah.
realistically, at the moment, like Sean said, the females are
Killing it.
taking over. And when I say taking over, realistically, I'm not even checking for rappers that I used to check for. Like Quavo's got a project coming out, and he's there on TikTok doing all memes and stuff to promote it because
No,
his
we're not
machine ain't
checking
working the same way. Do you know what I mean? The machine's not working the same way. It's only the big three that can just drop and everybody does what they need to do to get the music out there. But the other roster of people, they're not getting any airtime.
But that's the crazy thing as well, is like to kind of come back on what I said about it being stale. It's not really changed that much. I know that last year was huge in that, but it's still the same quote unquote big three. The women are still kind of running it because that whole movement kind of really kicked off around Cardi B time, I would say. When Cardi B really popped off, that's when this sort of
Do you know what it was
this
about Cardi
happened.
B? She was making different music, man. When I was listening to Cardi B, I was like, as much as this isn't for me, I'm feeling this. She made songs like Motorsport and I Like It Like That, and they had
She
a
was
different
just
level of
spitting, mate.
appeal.
The
Yeah,
way
they had a
she
different level of
spits.
appeal.
Yeah, it's
But you,
fire.
but you know what I'm saying though? It's like I feel like if we had this conversation 4 years ago, we'd probably be saying something very similar. And I'm not going to go into it in too much detail. So I know I've said it a couple of times, but I do feel like it comes back to this whole void that I feel like there is, where the big artists that were the next wave on the come up all passed away in a very short space of time, and that's why we're still in this situation where
Yeah.
it's all the same big three. That the music hasn't really progressed that much. The only interesting thing now, if we're like looking forward, is I feel like we're kind of waiting to see what the impact of last year was. Like at the minute, I feel like it's been very quiet. Since Kendrick G and X, like there's not really been any big artists that have dropped other than Lil Baby. No one's really dropped.
Central C.
Now we're talking US. We're just
But yeah,
talking
but like,
Oh, sorry.
like US. I feel like
I know.
other than obviously Drake dropped last week. But do you know what I mean? It's like there's
who is listening to that here? Just Theo and Kieran and Neil. Is that it?
I don't even want to claim I've listened to it, man. I just listened to the solo
I've
ones.
listened to Drake, but I'm not. Honestly, that album, no.
I think this is the problem, right? Where Drake is now trying to sign off the beef. As in, he's trying to say it's done, it's dusted, I'm not involved anymore. The problem
It's a
is
weird angle.
Kendrick is kicking him, not even while he's down. Kendrick's just
angle.
kicking him.
Of course he's
You know what I
kicking
mean?
him, man. This is just a dead body that he's poking now, man. If he's coming up with this
no.
album, I'm flipping hell.
So
Sorry, I'm
there's
not
this
kidding
weird,
you,
there's this weird
but-
kind of like, like when people talk about when the dust settles. The dust hasn't settled yet off the back of the beef, and there's this weird kind of like people trying to grab for attention out of it. Like Joey Badass is trying to revive his whole career off this, which
This is
makes no
nonsensical, man.
But that's just. Have you
yeah, that's
noticed
what
how
I'm
he's done that? He's done that, and then just nothing has happened. He's had all these responses, and he's not even responded back, and there's just nothing's happened as a result of that.
There has been, but it's not because he dropped. So he dropped first day of the year, and then there was Sorry Not Sorry, and then I feel like I've not heard it, but did he drop something else very recently?
It was good as well.
Yeah.
Whatever
So like
that
that,
Oh,
I
see, I
just feel
didn't
like
see it.
this
I
sort
didn't,
of
yeah.
this sort of tier below the mainstream. Like I'm noticing there's quite a lot of there's a bit more aggression and
people
like
are
you
like
said, puffing
jostling
out
for
the chest
position. Yeah, people are
Yeah.
trying to fight to come up, and it's like, bro, you're never gonna come up. You're never gonna come up because them lot are way above you. You know what I mean? No one was ever competing with Kanye and Jay in their prime. They were just letting them be.
Hey,
the
hold
big
on,
bros.
hold on. We say that, but then we had a Bugs Malone and Chip situation. So if someone's had not enough traffic and they take a shot at the king and it's a good shot, people will be like, raw. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So I think if you do it, I'm not saying this is the way to go, but I still think that could happen. We might
But
see David Goliath.
that's what your boy
situation.
Corday does, and it doesn't work.
Oh no.
Okay.
Your boy, you know.
Wait, no, but the thing is,
Okay.
no. I've done it. I've done it.
That's
used to.
true. It's
That
true.
album was
He took big shots at everybody, and it didn't work.
Hey, Corday has been improving, man. It's just,
really good.
it was just a wrong. he's really good, and I actually appreciated that album. I
Yeah.
just think it was the wrong time. Oh, Sean did.
You got
Anyway,
Sean leaving.
yeah.
Hey, yo.
You had to lock it off.
Probably laptop died or something. But
But yeah, no, Corday did his thing. I know what you mean though, because it didn't really. It's just the problem was, but last year was last year, wasn't it? So it had to be exceptional to sort of take away anything from the beef. That was the problem. Like that's what everyone was actually like scared to sort of drop, but the people who did drop, like actually that Corday album is actually solid. I don't care what anyone says.
I think
Actually,
it's good.
It's a solid project. It was just maybe wrong timing, but he probably thought, no, I need to drop this. I need to get out there. I don't want to just hold on to this, but. With everything that happened with the beef, like I don't think anyone was going to take any traction from that. Kendrick,
No
got
one
what he
made a
needed to
wave
do and
last
just
year.
no one
can't
could.
ride in
It had
off
to
the
be
back of this
exceptional.
wave. This
it
is
had to be
two
exceptional.
titans clashing, and you got to wait to see who wins and who loses before you go and try and get a feature from my man. But even GNX, the features on that album, apart from Scissor, the rest of it's like, who are these people? I don't even know these people. They're just anybody and everybody that he's trying to bring up through his own label. So I think right now, like Sean was saying before he abruptly left, there's this weird mid-tier of rapper that either cares about being the main event or is just doing their own thing. Like if you listen to Larry June right now, Larry June's having a great time.
Yeah, it's
making
amazing.
great music.
That album is so good.
But he's
Oh,
collabing
no,
with 2
it's-
Chainz.
That album is amazing.
He's collabing with 2 Chainz of all people who
Oh,
I never
my
used to.
God.
I used to like 2 Chainz. Yeah, he had that Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. That was a good album.
It was
and he had a
good, yeah.
little
It was
run
amazing.
around there. But he was never like in my top tier rappers. And after this project, I was like, hang on a sec. Is 2 Chainz trying to bring Larry June up, or is Larry June made 2 Chainz?
Do you know what I
figure
mean?
out
Like
what's
he's
going on.
lyrical on this album.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
He is surprising. I didn't expect this from 2 Chainz at all, but it is smooth.
But there's more people in that mid tier that are making fantastic music. I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before. It might be the year before. Matt Commy's having a great time. We've got Smino having a great time.
Oh well, Mick Jenkins is coming up as well, but he's doing something like where he's now releasing his new stuff on a different platform. He's almost going the same route like that Gets did. So, but he's sounding on that single. Oh my god, he's sounding aggressive, as clean as anything lyrically.
I was going to say this, because I was thinking about Tyler as well. It's like, because you're not in the big three, you're not in the top, you kind of have to rely on making your own cult following or like your own little like group. Like what James Blake does. He's just making this.
Tyler's proof. Tyler's made a whole career of having a non-mainstream. Like
He's
a lot
been
of his
cult
albums
from the
couldn't play
get-go.
on radio up until recently. Only like Earthquake and stuff like that could play on the radio. Like Igor stuff could play on the radio realistically. Before that, it was not getting radio play. Songs were too long, too out there, whatever. But even now, I don't think he cares about the big three conversation because he's doing his own thing. Even when he did that cover of the Kendrick track, Peekaboo thing, or whatever he called it, I'm that guy. That was better than the Kendrick song.
That was sick.
Yeah,
he killed
it. Amazing.
It was.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he destroyed it. That pocket he found was. Yeah.
He knows that he could be in the big three in it, but it's just like he doesn't sell out. I don't know what it is because I feel like Kendrick doesn't sell out either.
The thing is, I don't think he needs to
when
sell
we
out.
say sell out, what do we mean exactly? Because no one's really selling out.
I feel like J. Cole sold out to get to the top spot.
Do you?
Yeah, he made Work Out. Wait, hold on. He made Work Out. That put him right at the top.
Yeah, I know.
If he sold out, that means everyone else sold out. Then
no, but
I don't think Tyler did though. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like Tyler has not done that kind of move.
Yeah. Earthquake's a weird one though.
What's your name? Like you can say the same thing.
They're weird ones, man. He's doing like an art with that. I can
see what Kieran's saying, but those songs are of their time. I think a lot of Tyler's music is quite timeless, whereas a lot of the current big three kind of make what's trending, and it's only now they're making music that they want to make all the time. So like J. Cole's making whatever he wants to make, Kendrick's making whatever he wants to make, and Drake is like in this weird middle ground of like, I want to be a rapper. I thought I was a rapper. Turns out I'm not. I'm just gonna go over there and do.
Can't even comment on it, man. I don't know what he's doing.
Nah, J. Cole didn't sell out, man. I'm sorry.
I didn't think J. Cole sell out. And even to double down on that, even if you thought he sold out, on the next album when he would put Let Nas down, he was still releasing, he was still being authentic. He was like, he just did what he wanted to do.
I'm finding a chink in the armor. That's all. That's all.
And I also actually think that J. Cole's being smart as well. I think he doesn't want to drop the fall off because he's like, I need to let what's going on just ride down. Like Kendrick's obviously dropped GNX. He's done the Super Bowl. Just let that die down. There's no point trying to drop it now. We'll just get not that it will get washed up. I still think they will create a massive wave and people will be interested in J. Cole. But I think he's been really smart by thinking, no, I can't drop it now because like Drake's just dropped his thing and now like there's all this competing of who's the number one Spotify play. Let me just wait a few months.
There's no spotlight for Cole though. There's no spotlight for Cole to take. Because right now the spotlight is firmly shining on Kendrick.
What?
As in to take it away from Kendrick would mean that he'd have to either try beef him or collab with him, and I don't think Cole's trying to do that.
What?
Because I'm trying to say what we were saying before about people trying to bite off the back of the beef and do be the top. Like there's no argument about who is at the top right now because there's too much stats and data to prove that it's technically Kendrick. But then there's also the other side of it where people are like, Kendrick's plays are from bots, whereas Drake's is not from bots. It's like, Drake is the bot master supreme. He is always on my Spotify Wrapped, and I swear to God, I do not listen to Drake that much.
All right, so back to J. Cole and taking spotlight. He doesn't need to take anyone's spotlight. He can't take Kendrick's spotlight because it's Kendrick's spotlight. But what I'm saying is he has his own spotlight. He ain't taking no one else's. He has his own.
Can you imagine?
He just did the Madison Square Garden, sold that shit out.
But that's regular. People do that all the time.
No, but stop the cap. Stop the cap.
People do that all the
Stop
time.
the bullshit.
People sell out MSQ all the time, brother.
Stop
Come on
the
now. Let's not be
bullshit.
silly. Let's not be silly.
All right. He did that on his anniversary of his Full Steel Drive album, and that shit was packed full of his fans singing their hearts out to them lyrics. Yeah. He actually had a good year last year. It wasn't a bad year. It wasn't a slight to him at all. And I think this year now for him. No, it's all good. This year for him right now, I think is his time. Obviously, you're right, Theo. He shouldn't release anything right now because obviously everything's on Kendrick. But it's gonna die down at some point.
Oh, it will die down, 100%.
And I hope he has some kind of like rollout where he does some kind of like build up to the album release, like some kind of cinematography type thing or whatever. But yeah, this is his year to do it. Like, yeah. I think
there is a risk though of leaving it too long. Think about how long we've been waiting for the fall off. I feel like there's a risk.
Well, and also,
really?
Let's put it this way. Everyone's looking at the hip hop scene right now. As one of the major players, I think it's your time to start doing something.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you wait too long and the attention goes back to wherever it was before now, then it's not coming back. It's not coming back for you. And it's not coming back for Drake.
Yeah, like Cole isn't saving hip hop right now. We know that already.
If Drake and Kendrick start beefing again, I didn't say that. Stop taking what Kieran said as part of my point. He's throwing his own shit that I don't even know about. Yeah. All I'm saying is, if J. Cole waits, J. Cole waits too long.
He's such a star, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. Because he's trying to make it sound like that's what I'm saying. That's not.
What have I missed?
If J. Cole waits, you missed a bit of back and forth about what the big three is and how it's working at the moment. And I'm just kind of giving like a nice little summary point of if J. Cole waits too long, the eyes go elsewhere, and the eyes don't suddenly start looking at Cole in the same regard as if Drake and Kendrick start beefing again, like how they beefed before, it doesn't get the same attention. It's played out now. So it's like the attention that's on hip hop should fuel people to start dropping music, because even if people aren't looking for these artists, they might just get them recommended to them. Yeah. For example, if you drop a project now and it sounds a bit like GNX, or you're in the same kind of lane as GNX with whatever song you got, it might get recommended to someone through the algorithm. And let's not lie, the algorithm rules us all. Whether or not you like it, after you listen to an album, after you listen to a song and the playlist runs out, the algorithm kicks in and starts playing you stuff you haven't heard before. Sometimes it plays familiar songs, but other times it plays new stuff, and we all get caught with what song is that? Add it to the playlist, check the artist out. It happens to us all. So I think Cole needs to drop. Cole needs to drop this year.
I agree.
Oh yeah, no, I feel he's going to drop this. He's going to drop this year, definitely. He has to. He can't not drop this year. You've got to utilize that timing. Now is the time to drop.
Is the big
not obviously this year. I mean,
well, if we look at discographies and just compare discographies, Drake has more hits than all of them combined.
Yeah.
Drake has more hits than Kendrick and Cole combined, and that's not me glazing or anything like that. This is just pure facts. Even though I want to hate on Drake, I can't.
Yeah.
2016, 2017, Drake had a crazy run with views, and then the Scorpion.
DJ Khaled.
All that stuff was crazy. Kendrick's never had a run like that. Cole will never have a run like that. It's just a bit mad that it's basically two people against one, and the two people that are against him are better than him, but they can't win.
But what I will say, this is Kendrick's best run he's ever had in his career.
Yes.
And he's still going, so we don't know how long or how great it's going to, like, yes, we can say it's peaked, but for all I know, he might reach another peak. Or I'm saying that, not like us, for me, is a peak. I don't know if he's going to get another one later on.
I think it's the start of a new wave. You know, like when the tsunami happens, the ocean pulls back.
Yeah.
And then it comes through. I think this is all part of the pullback.
Okay.
And it's about to landslide in because
that deluxe is crazy. That Bodies track, it's flowing disgusting. That's gonna blow up.
Loving that Bodies track, aren't you? You just want
flow on that. I just want to like trash the room. I want to crash the whip.
Oh, you're talking about that song from the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay.
GNX is what I wish Good Kid, Mad City got love for. Good Kid, Mad City is just as good as, if not better than GNX, because it has a theme. It has a theme to it. Okay, it has
Good Kid, Mad City is way better.
Well, exactly.
I was about to say.
I'm saying it hasn't got the same. It hasn't got the same. It hasn't got the same appeal or the same public reception. GNX is getting listened to. I'm telling you the truth. GNX is getting listened to more than Good Kid, Mad City because that's the most recent thing. I thought Neil broke his own leg in disgust. It's the truth. People listen to GNX more than they listen to Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, but that might just be recent.
What? No, this is hard to compare.
This is recent.
That might just be recency bias. Yeah.
Wait, are you saying this because of the beef, or are you saying because it's better? Like,
No, I'm saying because of the beef. I'm saying GNX is a good project to drop after the beef. It's a good place to keep the game at now, where people are, oh, we can switch up like this, we can do this, we can have fun, we can do dances, we can. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like back in 2012, 13 when everyone was doing the Dougie and jerking, and it was a good time. We're back in the good times, right?
Yeah.
But it's like we keep, me and Sean, I don't know if you guys have the same discussion all the time, but it's about the golden era of rap. Are we past that? Has it ended? Was the golden era in the 90s? And I'm thinking, no, this might be the golden era. Because all that 90s stuff was not getting the same reception that we're getting now, with the same level of eyes and the same level of love.
I don't know, man. For me, I don't want to oversimplify, but I just feel like we got to see. It's early days still to see what the effect of this whole thing is. In my opinion, like I think, again, not to oversimplify it too much, but what I felt the beef did last year, it was interesting. I went back over our episodes about this last year, and we were talking a lot about some of the negative impacts and blah blah blah. But I feel like two things that it definitely did is it kind of brought back that competitive spirit that's kind of at the heart of rap, but it also got people paying attention to lyrics again. A little bit how Good Kid, Mad City and the whole Control verse, there was a bit of a wave of people putting a bit more effort into making albums. You know?
Yeah, that's a good.
That's what I'm waiting for. Is like, what's going to be the impact? And it's kind of happened at, like before my connection went. I was talking about people like Joey and Nick Jenkins and Daylight's chipping in and this person. Like that level of rappers seem to have responded to it. Like they're puffing their chests out, they're saying stuff, but it's kind of falling upon deaf ears because, not to be harsh, I'm talking about just like the wider fan base. It's like people don't really care unless there's actually real beef there. It's kind of falling upon deaf ears. So it's like, what's Cole going to do next? What's I'm trying to think of another big name. What's Drake going to do next? I know we found that out last week. What's Travis? Do you know what I mean? These are this caliber of art.
Travis isn't
what are you
involved,
going to do now? What are you going to do?
Travis is always in his own little sphere because I feel like people that listen, it's much like J. Cole. People that listen to Travis don't necessarily listen to rap. They listen to Travis Scott. You get what I mean? Even though Travis Scott is a rapper, he's always been a bit over there with it, a bit artistic, a bit different, a bit more experimental. And with J. Cole is well and truly a rapper, boom bap, new style beats, whatever you want to call it. He's a rapper. Tries a little singing here and there. But people that listen to J. Cole don't necessarily want to listen to rap. Whereas people that listen to Kendrick listen to everything else in rap. There is no soul Kendrick fans per se. Most people that listen to Kendrick want to listen to lyrics, will listen to rap music, will listen to the wider public. But with Drake and with Cole and with Travis Scott, with the other people in that bubble, they just listen to that artist and then whatever else they want to listen to. Whereas Kendrick is getting people back into dissecting things, understanding things, thinking. Yeah, people are getting into like critic territory when it comes to listening to the tracks like Not Like Us. But because it's so in their face, the artwork is his house with the Predator thing on it. The lyrics are very clear, like "Say Drake," you know, like I think Kendrick's doing enough to make rap that kind of that talking point that most people want it to be in the scene.
I hope so.
Outside of the scene,
I hope so, but like I say, if a Cole doesn't, if you say like we don't get a big album in the first 6 months of the year from like a Cole, that caliber of artist, it's like the kind of momentum built from that's going to fizzle out, right? And we're going to go back to another stale place. I guess that's the kind of point I'm trying to make. Is like I know it's early days in the year, and GNX is what, like 3 months old at this point, but it's all a bit quiet for me. Well, it all was a bit quiet until Drake dropped. And I haven't even checked that album. You know, I've listened to 1 or 2 songs because I know a couple of you guys have been talking about it, but it just all seems a bit quiet. I thought there would have been a bit more noise. But yeah.
So to ask everyone this question, and I hope everyone answers it, you know, individually, but if someone just has a good point, then they have a good point. Where do we see the game as an entirety going? Because obviously the UK is unaffected by this Drake Kendrick beef. People are still dropping, things are still going on. But for the hub of hip hop, which is the US, where do we see it going? How do we see it moving?
Well, I think underground, or you know, maybe that's another topic for another day. Is like, what does underground even mean these days? But I think you all know what I mean when I say it. Like that there's always going to be creativity and a high level of art in that regard. Like we've kind of, that's something that has been a mainstay as well since we started the podcast. Is there's always fantastic albums from lesser known artists out there. If anything, though, there's been a bit of a shift in the sound. Like 2021, 2022, that Griselda sound was still very much like the in thing. I feel like it's gone a bit more abstract now. You know, it's like Billy Woods, Arm & Hammer, JPEG Mafia. It's like that kind of thing. That to me will always maintain at a high level. Where it's going though, it kind of falls back into what I was saying before. It's like, in fact, there's only one other thing I've been thinking that I've not mentioned right now, is that there is like a general like a decline in sales when it comes to hip hop. Hip hop's not quite popping the way it used to. Country is the big thing, right? And you look at the sales, like every year since we started this 2021, generally it's kind of gone down. So that's an interesting thing as well. Like,
why do you think that is? Is it because of streaming? Do you think? Because think about it like this, right? GNX, there's no physical. Even if I wanted to buy a physical of GNX, there is no physical that I could pop to the shops and buy. Do you know what I mean? It's only on streaming, as far as I'm aware, and website releases and stuff like that.
Well, you know, sounds come and go, right? I mean, you know, there was a time when EDM was just, you know, off the charts, and a lot of rappers were dipping into that. And you know, you go further back, whether it be like in the sort of rock and roll sphere, things like grunge or Britpop, whatever. Like, there's always, everything has its time, you know, and it peaks and it goes down. So I guess there's that element, but also it does come. I think it comes back into some of the things we've been talking about. It's like the mainstream hip hop music. Sorry, has been a little bit stale. It's not really progressed over the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years, whatever. And maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Like, we don't have this sort of new era of artists that these young kids are growing up with. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have their Juice WRLD or their Pop Smoke or their XXX.
That's the hard part, right?
We had
that
Drake,
a lot of their
Kendrick
rappers
Cole,
were stolen. A lot of their rappers were stolen from them because we were looking at those people as the front runners, right? We were looking at X, we were looking at Pop Smoke, and we were looking at I forgot the other one you just mentioned, Juice WRLD.
And they were dipping into some of these other sounds. Sorry to cut you off, but you know what I mean, like the kind of emo rock and, you know, stuff like that.
It was new, it was cool, and then the sad thing is, there's people that were still around in them times that haven't really done what I thought they would do. Like Lil Uzi is not running the game like I thought he would. Like, where is Lil Uzi right now?
Yeah, he did fall off quite badly.
He did even fall off. He had a good song a couple years ago with the I Just Want to Rock, all that kind of stuff. But it's like, where is Lil Uzi? Lil Uzi should be, if we do the maths of who was up and who's still alive, Lil Uzi should be running the game right now. He has the talent.
Well, this whole generation flopped, you know, because even like Lil Nas X, who was like a pop star in that generation, he's fallen off.
I always hate Lil Nas
He's
X.
fallen off horribly, though. He's irrelevant now.
So
Neil's holding back some points. Neil, please speak.
Yeah, Neil was definitely.
They can't see what you're doing with your eyes, man. This is an audio. You've got to verbalize these opinions.
He's been fuming for a while.
He's been angry since we said J. Cole stuff.
Yeah, I know. Trust.
Little Nas X.
We actually have a button for this as well. A good little button. Let me just prepare. Neil
I knew it would be inflammatory.
He's taking a big sip of his drink. Right, here you go.
I'm doing my monologue.
That's the button.
Yeah, I didn't hear it, but
Or to press it again.
I do my monologue.
oh shit, okay. No, yeah, Lil Nas X. I don't know what he is, but I wouldn't think he's in the conversation that we're having right now. I think he's more of like a pop kind of just. I don't know
Lil
what
Nas
he
X is a meme. I'm sorry,
He's
a
something,
meme.
but I think he's like a manufactured kind of like pop artist kind of thing. I don't think he's a rapper.
Do you know what though? Is in fairness, like
anything like that.
whether or not they're in that like industry plant space, they were kind of ahead of the curve really with the whole country thing. You think about it, like Old Town Road and all
I
that. They
won't lie.
were on it quite early.
That's
I
true,
was
to be fair.
vibing to Old Town Road, but more so out of the same way that I vibe to stuff like Peggy. I just thought it was different. It's fun. It's, you know what I mean, it's new.
Jesus. Yeah.
But Olden, but what do you mean by that? Say that again, Sean.
So what I mean is like, you know, regardless of whether it was organic or like industry plant esque or whatever, like I felt like a big reason why someone like a Lil Nas X popped off the way they did is they were a little bit ahead of the curve in kind of tapping into that country sound. Country was like, at the minute, as far as I'm aware, country is very much the in sound. And when Old Town Road came out, it was on the rise, but the whole sort of like rap embracing it, because some other artists have started doing it as well in recent years as well. I mean, Post Malone is like fucked off, isn't it? He's gone. He's like
Yeah,
backed
he's
off
Post
hip-hop.
just
Malone
country.
has
But
hit
like
a
Lil Nas
new
X kind
wave,
of
man.
was. When did that come out? That song, like 3-4 years ago.
Longer than that. Pre-pandemic,
So it was
2019, 2018 maybe.
kind of tapped into something a little bit earlier than
Right.
other artists did, is what I'm saying. But yeah,
Yeah.
Neil's like,
To
"No,
be
I'm not
fair,
convinced."
this is a
Yeah,
random
you know
one,
it is.
yeah?
I just think because country music has been banging.
Yeah.
So like in my head, I'm thinking, I don't know about that.
Well, it's
one,
been
but-
banging.
Funny thing is,
Yeah, I
though,
know what
Post
you mean. Like,
Malone,
it's-
where he started to where he's at now, you could not chart that path because White Iverson was one of the hardest tracks I heard at the time. That song
Yeah.
was perfect. But then when you look at it, he's still singing. He's just singing on country stuff now, and obviously he's doing his other stuff like Congratulations and all this kind of stuff. But before, Post Malone was definitely a rapper in my eyes. Then he just gave up on that and became who he is now. And I have no issues with that because I don't think Post Malone ever pretended that he was part of the rap stuff. He just was put into a box. He accepted that box, and then when he could, he broke out of that box.
Nah,
But
I think
to
he was a
bring
bit
it-
more vulture with it, you know.
Exactly. I think the way he was dressed, the way he presented, it wasn't as if he was just here doing this. Just
Yeah,
like
You think so?
it looked like cosplay. Like he seemed like he actually came in the game, saying that I'm rapper. Like wearing the clothes, the hairstyle. Like if he did the same song, White Iverson, and just kept and his image he has now, it would have been cool. Still, it still would have been a great song. But you took on this persona. You wore the whole black culture from the '90s, the jersey, the braids, doing all that swag stuff, and now you're gonna just completely switch. That's why I feel like it's a bit iffy to me.
He showed his true colours,
Like,
excuse the pun. When people started getting onto him for his music taking a bit of a dip, he started turning on people and just like I say, he dipped out. But just to kind
It's a
of
bit
not
iffy.
to harp on too much about the country thing, I guess just so I'm being clear, like I'm with you, Neil. Country's always been massive, like especially in America. Country is like a mainstay genre in the same way that like a metal is across the world, or like house music. Do you know what I mean? But then when it comes to like pop, what I mean is like in pop music, there's phases of like in sounds. Like all the pop artists will start tapping into a certain genre, and I feel like
right.
over the last few years that's happened, whether it be like just straight up pop music and R&B, hip hop, whatever. They've started adopting that country sound, and I feel like Lil Nas X was just a little bit ahead of some of these other artists in doing that, is what I meant.
Do you know what we've come out of though? We've come out of that period where big pop acts, we're still doing it over here, but in the US, big pop acts don't really collab with rappers anymore. If you think back to 10 years ago, Katy Perry would collab with Snoop Dogg, Miley Cyrus would collab with the Migos. Now, Billie Eilish is not trying to collab with any of them niggas at all, bro.
No one.
She's not interested in that. She doesn't need it. She doesn't want it. Her brand is separate to all that. Whereas before there was a lot of this kind of, I guess it was label connections where they'd be like, oh, this audience and that audience makes a super banger. Whereas now it's like the super banger is coming from one person.
Yeah.
No features, no necessary collabs needed. So to kind of put a nice little bow in this conversation and move the conversation forward to the other bits of it, I think we're coming into a weird spot where you have to be like a one-man army. You have to be a self-sustaining machine. There's no There's no cheat codes anymore. There's no group that can come up and bring you up with them. There's no label that can push you out to the masses. It's like you got to just be good and hit the algorithm right.
Yeah, algorithms
Do you know
definitely
what I think we
important.
need?
Yeah.
I think we need like an odd future, like 2.0. We need like a collective that's just different. That doesn't care about what the
I'm
trend is.
100%
They
with you
just
on
come
that.
out and bring out quality music, like just fun, young, vibrant. Just come out with just a whole new, fresh.
But
Not
what does
trying to
that
make
sound
number
like? What
ones
does that
as well.
sound like?
I don't know. I'm just saying, but I feel like that will generate that kind of cult and just that wave of new. I don't know, like a new energy.
I know what
I
you
think
mean.
that's
Because
what.
It's hard to do
people
these days
our
now,
age,
though, isn't it? With the way the industry
people
is.
our age back in the 2012s, so someone who would be 30 back in the 2012s, yeah, they would
Mm.
not listen to Odd Future, they would not listen to Drake and Young Money because they weren't into that's all fucking noise. So would we be the same way and just
Yeah,
miss a
it's
whole
probably
wave?
true.
Do you think that could happen?
Nah, I think we're different to the old generation. I think if it's good music, it's good music.
That's true.
I feel like we
I
embrace more.
think,
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah, I feel
embrace
we're
it.
more open to stuff. I feel
Yeah.
like we're not just going to say, "Oh, yeah, that's noise" or anything. We're more in like, "Oh, let's check it out. Let's actually deep it." Whereas others are just like, "Nah, there's just noise," and they just refuse to listen
Because
to
we're
it.
quite lucky in that we're
Like-
part of that generation that we, when we were kids, we had like, there was a time we remember we didn't have mobile phones and or like, weren't online and stuff. We'd be playing out, but then also we did get the internet quite young, so we kind of got the sort of best of both worlds. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that did make us more open-minded and embracing of other things. Whereas, yeah,
That's true, because to be honest, to be able to listen to the breadth and depth of music I've listened to in my lifetime, pre-internet, it wasn't going to happen
No.
because I wouldn't have had the money to spend on all those projects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been able
Facts.
to leapfrog around to different rappers, especially like someone like MF Doom had like 6 different personas by the time I found him. I wouldn't be able to listen to all those people because I just wouldn't be able to hear it.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't be able to find the group of people that would have the music to share with. So the internet has allowed us to become a lot more worldly and understand things better. But I think the problem is now there's definitely a collective or a group out there that is trying to come up, and maybe they're coming up at the wrong time. I think we're due to go back to bands. I think bands are coming back big style.
like a Paramore or something.
Not like a Paramore, but yeah, like,
But what
4 dudes or
evidence-
3 dudes and 2 girls, just like instrumental music, not instrumental like that, but people playing instruments again, and
NERD?
a bit of show around it.
That's true because that's anti-AI style of music, isn't it? Because AI can't
Yeah.
replicate instruments like that.
Yeah, so I think that's where we're moving forward to, especially looking at, well, apart from the most recent announcement of the wireless lineup, looking at most festival lineups, there's a big push for the old bands to come back, and there's new bands coming up. There's new artists coming up that are basically bands but with a big front person. Like Black Sabbath. Everyone knows Ozzy Osbourne, but Black Sabbath is the band. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So there's always one big singer that's coming up or at the front of it all, but the name is the band name. And I think I'm seeing that a lot more on the ground. Like when I'm out and about, I'm seeing bands are a thing as opposed to artists now.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a final thing to bring into that before we get on to the other less involved questions and that we're going to talk about. What about from a global sense? So like I'm trying to think of things like what's going on over in Korea or Latin America or
K-pop and
or
stuff.
like
Well,
K-pop.
India.
rap is having its moment around the world, though. India's popping off, like with songs around the world. Bad Bunny, I like to say it like that because that's how he says it. Bad Bunny's popping off. There's a load of shit going on in Australia that no one's trying to hear, and then there's obviously Japanese grime.
Wait, hold on. Isn't there that white boy in Australia? What's his name?
There's a lot of white
Big-
boys in
Stop
Australia.
it.
Be more
That
specific.
big star. Koi something? Koi.
Lorraine?
Coil Ray.
No, isn't it?
Koi Leray? Not Koi
What?
Leray.
Leroy?
That's American. That's
Kid
Leroy.
Leroy.
Kid Leroy. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Isn't Coil Ray like Benzino's store or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
We sound like
that
old
kid-
men. The way we're
that Kid
talking
Leroy guy is
about.
Australian.
Yeah, he's Australian. Yeah, he's Australian.
Embracing
He's
of
been
new
making
sound.
music that I think is absolutely timeless. He's got
Yeah.
one song that's only like 2 minutes long called Nights Like These. That song feels like I heard it before, but I want to hear it again. You know what I mean? It's a mad feeling. So maybe we're going more global with
Maybe.
it. But I think, unfortunately, the public's ear is tired of hearing rapping going on.
But even the Japanese had a few bangers last year. like with that Tadamochi. What's that song?
yeah,
What's that song
yeah,
called?
yeah.
Had like 10 different remixes. What was that song
Oh,
called?
it's called Friends. I don't remember what it was called.
But yeah, that was banging. And obviously they had that collaboration with Meg Thee Stallion as well.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So yeah, man.
That guy's been around for a long, long time. He was the guy that did It G Ma. You remember that song?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he's one of them guys.
Right,
So,
right.
so I think it's a weird one where the international rappers never got a chance to really shine, and there's a big established bunch of them. But I genuinely think, like I said, but going back to bands, I think K-pop is going to absolutely storm everything because K-pop is going nuts always.
Yeah.
But it's good music, and they sing half English, half Korean. So
Good.
you can pick
It's
up
a
a
good
little
mix.
Yeah, you can pick up a little song here and then go, oh, okay, I know what this is about. Fast car, vroom, vroom. And then she's like, Tamagotchi, Ishiwashi. What? I'm like, what?
I also,
I listen to K-pop, bro.
K-pop is called what you were talking about, Sam, about the whole boy bands and girl bands. That's what they have.
Yeah, but theirs is different because it's manufactured. It's not natural what they're doing there. So here they try and make it natural. They might try to go, oh, you're a good singer, you're a good singer, you're a good singer. Bro, they literally have camps where they get these people dancing and singing all day, and it's dance till you drop, sing till you can't sing no more. Last person singing, last person dancing. Yeah, you're in. Bang, get the next one. Bang, get the next one.
But that's funny. That's what we was doing, or America, I should say, like 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
You can't mention Mr. Baby Oil and what he was.
Oh my god.
No, but that's what he did. That's what he was doing. He was doing that kind of camp.
I didn't say it.
I didn't say no names. I said Mr. Baby Oil.
I just meant generally. I just meant the music industry on the Western society is very much like that.
To be fair, I think the problem is over here. We're too free. No one can tell you what to do over here. Even between us five, if someone tries to tell us to do something that might be in our best interest, we can choose to listen or we might choose not to. Whereas in other countries, they can go, "Hey, do this like this, and I promise you, it'll work." And they do it, and it works. Whereas other countries, as in over here, a man might tell you that stop rapping about that and start rapping about this. Don't tell me what to do. It's my thing. I'm doing my thing my way. Okay, stay unknown then. Do you know what I mean? But the people that play that game are winning, and Central C's played that game to the highest level, so much so that he should have been cancelled for some of the things he said.
But people loved it instead.
What?
People
Hold on.
feeling it. I'm not going to say it again. I said it last
What did you
episode.
say?
He's got many controversial lyrics.
Central C.
About being gay and then eats trap store open on Christmas Day. That one, the Doja Cat one.
Oh, is that bad?
Yes.
Sorry. Sorry.
There's cancelable material in
Sorry.
In the cancel culture world, that song is crazy.
Is it really?
But I feel like over
Trust
the
me.
last sort of 6 to 12 months, the society's gone the other way anyway, man. It's in to be like an edgelord, to be right wing, to be a bit fascist, be a bit racist.
No, I see where you're going.
I'm not going there. No, I'm not. I'm just look at what our politicians are doing. Look at what I mean. This isn't just an isolated to hip hop or even music. It's the way the world's going, man. It's anti-cancel culture is like the new thing. So yeah, people are getting away with all sorts, but
And Kanye started that.
nah, he didn't start that, but he definitely is. He's definitely been a part of it.
I genuinely feel it's like I'm mourning because, bro, I can't deal with Kanye anymore, man.
I'm with you, man. This was me.
Took you long enough.
3 years ago.
Yeah, that's
He's
what
done
I'm
enough
thinking.
now. He's
Yeah.
done
This
enough.
was me 3 years ago.
Now.
I said until he offended me personally. He has now personally offended me. I said it had to be directed at me at first, but what he's done is it's gone straight through the internet
It went
into my
too much.
into
If
my
I had
brain.
the soundboard, the amount of things that can just be hitting the buttons with what he said, slavery is a choice.
No, that one I was kind of rocking.
Yeah,
with.
that
I was rocking with that
so
one.
wild when he said
I was rocking with that one.
Oi.
That was Jesus days,
that
man.
was
We
wild.
were
You
still
don't get
there.
it, though. You don't get it, but I got where he's coming from because I hold some controversial takes like that too. Like,
Come
I see
on,
where
we
he's coming
know
from.
what he was talking about.
He was having a.
you know
he was
what
having
he's
a,
talking about. He
moment.
wasn't-
But anyway,
Yeah,
let's not
give him
divulge
airwaves,
into Kendrick,
Whoa,
into
it went too
Kendrick
deep,
Drake,
man.
Kanye land. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. We've been there. We've done that. Let's try to get to the next bits because I think
fun
anyone who's listened
questions.
this far deserves. Yeah, they deserve to get to know us a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's go around with who's been the quietest. Theo, what was the first rap album you remember listening to?
Man, that's always a tough one. It's probably DMX's first album. It was probably that. And what else was I listening to? I always struggle with this. I tried to go back and I was trying to listen to it's DMX. It's DMX's first album, and then that's when I then moved on to the likes of Jay-Z and then Biggie, because obviously I'm thinking back when I was the right age to try and sneak and actually listen to the explicit stuff. But DMX was the first one who was coming out, and then I was
How
listening
did
to that.
you
And
how
I was
did you
thinking,
get this album?
how did I get this album? Oh, yeah, no, my dad had loads of CDs and he had the album, so I teethed it and then then started listening.
That one looks.
Otherwise,
that
I
one
would
looks
have no
naughty. I'll
chance.
take that one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's dark and hell is
So,
hot. Is
yeah,
that was?
so
Is it that one?
yeah. And then moving on from that, then obviously, but we're young then. I think that's when 50 started rising. Then obviously, I actually got Get Rich or Die Trying. I love that. That's when I actually bought the album. I thought it was absolutely amazing. And then riding on the wave of Eminem, and then obviously you got the likes of Ja Rule, yeah. And then it just went on from there, really. And then that's when I started branching out and actually finding out more about Nas, Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, and going out of just
Okay. So from the quietest to the person who definitely had to discover it all on their own, Sean.
You say that, but I owe a lot to like pretty much everyone in this group, really. But for me, I have. So as I always make clear, I really got into hip hop like 2009 times, but was always listening to rap just on the radio or like waiting for music videos, like big singles and stuff like that. But my earliest memories of albums like being on, I have this vague memory. This is a bit wild as well, considering what the content of the album. I remember being at a friend's playing like I don't know, he was like Nintendo 64 or something like that, and he definitely had on like Dr. Dre 2001 in the background. I think we were like 6 or 7, which is kind of wild. So like I remember that and the early Eminem stuff being played in the background at people's houses. But I think the first one where I can actually vividly remember it was Get Rich or Die Trying. That was like, again, it wasn't, I didn't own it, but somewhat like a friend at the time. I remember the album case. I remember like all these different not just the singles, but other cuts being played. But yeah, it wasn't
that album did really well though, didn't
What's
it?
that?
At that time when we were growing up, the album did so well that it actually became like popular. Like you couldn't like not see it, even though we were of an age where you obviously can't really get certain things. But I remember actually seeing 50 Cent on the news, and they were trying to call him like, "Oh, he's the Dollar Man" and all sorts, because that album just did.
Yeah.
It was just mad.
50 Cent was the Drake before Drake.
Huge.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He was so big, and the difference is like Eminem was huge as well, but Eminem was so like controversial that I remember I've like really remember my mum being like, "No, you can't have that. You're not listening to that." But 50 Cent, there wasn't that same because in the club, everyone knew
exactly.
in the club. It was like, so. And I remember my cousins as well. They had that album too. So I was up in Scotland and they were banging it. So it was like that. That's probably the earliest one. But 2009 was when, like, Theo, I remember you sharing a load of music with me, and that's when I really, I was kind of going off of indie at the time, the direction it was going in, gravitated towards hip hop, and the rest is history, man. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. And the reason why I'm saving Neil till last is because Neil's got a much more interesting kind of path to weave about how he came across rap music and all that kind of stuff, because he's got older brother, he's got this, he's got that, he's got a whole bunch of stuff going on that he can dive into. So Kieran, tell us about your introduction to rap. Where did you find it? How did you find it? What was the first album you remember kind of vibing to?
My start is quite similar to Sean, strangely. Like I used to play Tekken with my cousins when I was 6. We just used to listen to 2001, like the disgusting songs as well. Like honestly, like the stuff they say on the album is wild, and we would listen to the crazy stuff as well. To be fair, they did used to protect me a bit and skip like the really dirty ones. That album was good. But then I feel like I took a 5 or 6 year gap of not listening to rap music or hip hop. It wasn't like that set me off kind of thing. But then I went to House of Fraser. I put on the iPod and I saw the game documentary, and I was listening to it. And I was like, this is crazy music. And I think it probably was because that sound is so similar to 2001. But then from then on, I bought my own iPod, bought the albums. I was just into G Unit. I can't lie, like I don't know. Maybe I thought I was a gangster back then. I don't know, but I was really into G Unit and the game. It was cool.
Okay. And now, well, obviously, maybe I should go next, or maybe
Yeah, why don't you
Neil
go
will go
next?
next. What do you think?
Me? Yeah?
I don't know.
No.
Ask the room. Me or Neil next?
No, yeah, you go next.
Yeah, you bigged up Neil, so
Mine's pretty.
best of luck.
Yeah,
Mine's
exactly.
pretty boring. My dad loves rap music, or used to love rap music back then. So he always would, be driving around playing rap music. So to remember it would be a bit hard. But what I remember is I would come home and then my uncle would come around and he'd be like, "What you been listening to?" I've listened to this, that. He'd be like, "You listen to Nas, you listen to Tupac, you listen to Biggie Smalls." I think, what the fuck are these people? So he'd be giving me CDs. But I wouldn't really be fucking with them like that. So I don't know what the first one I heard is. But if I think back to the first rap album I remember listening to, it was Jay-Z, The Blueprint. And I remember because I was holding the album cover in the front seat of my dad's car. I was holding the album cover and reading the book, and then my dad's telling me this, that. He's like, "Oh, he's from New York. It's this, that, da, 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 da." My dad was like genius before genius existed. He was just telling me all this stuff about Jay-Z. He's like, "Oh, his first album did this, and da, da, da. He's one of the best. He doesn't even write stuff." And bearing in mind, back then, to know this stuff, I don't know how he knew it because it wasn't public knowledge. There was no interviews or anything. He just knew all this stuff and was telling me it on the drives around to go do this, and we'd ride our bikes and stuff, and he would still be talking. There's no music playing because no speaking of it, but he'd be fucking talking about Jay-Z, still talking about Eminem, how he grew up in a what's that thing called, a trailer park, and all this kind of stuff, telling me about Outkast. So I want to say the one I remember was a Jay-Z album, The Blueprint, because I was about probably 6 or 7 around then. So my memory's locked in and I can remember shit like that. But there was always rap music in rotation. Like my uncle would be shouting at me, like, "You need to listen to Wu-Tang. You need to listen to Wu-Tang." You know what I mean? Just like hella stuff like that. He's like, "You wasn't there. I've been to New York. I've been," you know what I mean?
my God.
Like, this is a big man. He's probably like 28, 29 at the time, telling me, like, "I've been to New York. I've seen these guys live. You wasn't there." You know, I'm like, okay. So I don't fucking know what's
That's like
going
one of my
on.
colleagues now. He's like 10, 15 years older. He was like, "I was there," going mad about Wu-Tang.
It's crazy to me that my uncle of all people lived through it because we had family over there. He used to go over there quite a lot. He used to get CDs from over there. So he would have been one of those people that he could get music that we didn't get over here, or that, we'd get a limited run of over here and you wouldn't be able to get. So he was definitely putting me onto certain things before, anyone else my age would have probably heard it. And that sparked my curiosity the second the internet became a thing. I remember being in forums asking people questions like when I was about 9 or 10, like, "Hey, I like Wu-Tang. What else should I listen to? Do I listen to this to that?" I'm like, cool. Do you know what I mean? So stuff like that. And I think as well, the booklets really did help me kind of figure out what was going on, because you could read what the sample was there, and then I'd get into my mum's car and she'd be playing the samples. "Oh, Jay-Z just sampled this song." And mum's like, "I don't care. I don't listen to rap music. That's crap." Like it was like when Kanye and all that and 50 Cent started popping off is when my mum started listening to rap music. But before that, my mum was not interested in it. So yeah, my dad and listening to The Blueprint or Marshall Mathers LP. I want to say it was probably Marshall Mathers LP is the one I probably heard first, because my dad liked that because it was really rude. And that was about it.
Cool.
Right, Neil, start us out. Your story's kind of similar to mine, but a lot more detailed, I imagine.
Yeah, so I had an older brother, and I was like one of the youngest out of my cousins at the time and family. So I was the baby of the family. It's hard because the question was, what album did you hear first? I heard loads of singles or songs from soundtracks. So for like in the 90s, the films that we had, like Boys in the Hood, we had like Friday, all that kind of stuff. So I had a lot of West Coast influence as well as the East Coast. So it's rapping and rappers that I heard about was obviously, for me, B.I.G., Tupac from the films. Tupac was doing films at the time. B.I.G., him and Diddy were controlling the radio waves. Warren G and Nate Dogg. But I think the first album, it's hard to tell, but it's between two people. One for sure I can say is the score, the Fugees.
Oh wow!
And that wasn't even for my brother. That was for my mum. She owned that album.
Wow.
And I took it from her, and I learned it. Just I had the CD, and I put it in the CD player, and I learned that one. And then the other one's a bit mixed because I think it might have been Will Smith. Millennium.
I'm with you on that one
That's
because
cool.
of Men in Black. Everyone
Yes.
knew he was rapping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There you go. That
Yeah.
was it. So from Fresh Prince to that, so that was the link. But like I was getting like drops of hip hop from like just from films and like TV because we was watching music videos all the time back then. So yeah, like and even the beef that played a massive part of me getting into hip hop. The whole Tupac and Biggie beef. I remember talking about it in the playground, like as to why he got shot and this person got shot. And it was just hilarious. I remember one kid saying, yeah, Tupac's going to come to England, he's going to kill everybody because he's crazy.
Oh my God.
He thought he was filming Cuba or something like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, kids' imaginations, how they run. So it's just funny off that, really. But, yeah, like, I think, yeah, there's so many. But I think the Fugees, I think it was Ready or Not. That was that kind of, because he had the
That's
Ready or
almost
Not.
like a spiritual experience because that album's kind of crazy to listen to. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of depth there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of depth
Fantastic
there.
album.
Yeah. Because the hit songs was the Ready or Not. What's that one?
Fuji La.
Killing
Killing
my
Me
fame.
Softly.
Killing Me Softly.
That's the one, Killing Me Softly.
Fuji La.
Was there another one? Yeah, Fuji
Oh,
La.
yeah, Fuji La is
Was there any more else? I think that was it. Was that it?
Was No Woman, No Cry?
Yeah. That was on there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I heard those. I think Killing Me Softly was in a film. It was on a soundtrack. Was it Save the Last Dance? No.
Probably.
It was on a
I didn't watch
soundtrack.
that.
But yeah, it was yeah, those songs was absolutely great. Absolutely great. And obviously Lauryn Hill was in Sister Act. Which is, so a lot of my things are from like films and certain
And
shows.
you're hearing stuff that's because you wouldn't really be you would be born, but you wouldn't be remembering stuff. Like you're hearing older stuff
Yeah.
when you're listening. Because I'm hearing the new stuff when I'm hearing rap music for the first time. I'm not hearing like the Fugees or anything like that because I feel like in my music diet, everyone had already listened to that and they weren't listening to it anymore. They were listening to what's coming out now. They didn't really have any favorites.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my dad was big on making mixtapes because he had a computer, which is back then you wouldn't have a computer like in the early 90s, early 2000s. He had a computer. He'd be making mixtapes all day, bro. Like every track you can imagine, queued up nicely, mixing it up, whatever. So listening to albums was like a treat almost because he already had all his songs on his big fold out thing of like this one's got 50 Cent and so this one's got this and that. So that's crazy that you listen to like the score though. That's
Because I think because I wanted to listen to Radio or Not. And then I said, Mum, like, I want to listen. And she's like, oh, yeah, it's look at my thing, it's there. And I was like, all right, cool. So there we go. I just started playing it.
Amazing.
And the thing is as well, you had no other option but to put the CD in and listen to it. Whether or not you had a portable or not, that was what you couldn't do anything else. Because even then you didn't have the the non-skip. I had a non-skip CD, man, after a while. But back then you had to sit still and listen to it.
Yeah, like I had, because things when I go on holiday, especially like, you know, going on holiday now, you might have your phone, you can watch all the shows and all of that. Like for me going on holiday, taking some entertainment will be taking pack of cards, dominoes, or like a CD or cassette player.
I had the Game Boy.
So
I was running up the Game Boy.
I had a Game Boy, yeah.
I had a Game Boy as well, but you know, parents would be like, you can't play it all the time, kind of.
Yeah.
So
really.
that,
I remember it was
Brother,
like
you got
the
enough batteries. That
it was
would
the
be it.
Walkman though, wasn't
yeah,
it?
that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I had that. So do you remember the mini disc Walkman?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had one of those as well. So I think there's a video of me somewhere like in the archives and me like by the pool with that on, and I think I'm singing Regulators.
Wow.
Oh, that's your
Oh,
That is your
I'm
favorite.
singing that,
song
and
is-
also I'm singing a freestyle with Shine, Biggie, Tupac. Is it Big L? And someone else. But yeah, like I sent it to you guys in the group chat, but it's like an old like freestyle mix of all these guys rapping. And it's like Biggie Smalls, the millionaire in the mansion, and yeah, the too hot. Blah. I know it off by top because I replayed it every day by the pool, and I'm just there thinking I'm like Biggie Smalls, like it's crazy with the shades on and all that kind of stuff.
I think the maddest thing as well, when we talk about listening to these albums, we're not talking about hearing it once. You would have heard this album like 5-6 times in the same day.
Yeah.
Because it's only an hour. You've got
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
going on. You're a kid. You ain't got no responsibility. So you just listen to this project non-stop, round and round and round and round. And every time you hear it, you're loving it the same way.
Yeah,
exactly.
Facts.
You made a really good
Exact
point
same
though
way.
about the singles, because that was a thing for me, like I say, up until a certain point. And videos as well. Videos was the massive one. Like I have more vivid memories of videos than I do like listening to those albums I mentioned. Like Nelly, for instance. Nelly was like, again, before 50, huge. Like I
Hmm.
remember
Yeah, he
I
was
used to wait
massive.
for Outcast videos as well. Like, especially around speaker box
Yeah.
times, I'd be waiting on the music channel for that. Even stuff like Ludacris as well. I remember Usher, yeah,
Ludicrous.
Ludacris
Oi,
moved it for
Ludacris
verse.
as well.
so
Hey,
big.
A lot
Ludacris
of these
was
songs that we
massive,
know,
you know.
a lot of these songs we know, I
Oi.
guarantee you we never owned them. We just
Mhm.
watched the music videos loads and loads of
Oh
times
yeah,
because I
the
never
amount
owned a
of
Ludacris album.
yeah,
Brother
likewise.
did
I just saw
so.
it on MTV, man. I was just
Yeah.
waiting for
When he
those
had them videos where he's got
Loved
like
that.
big arms, big
Oh,
afros,
they were
Yeah.
amazing,
all
man.
that
I
stuff
remember
is
being on
ingrained
holiday
in
as
you.
well, listening to that.
Yeah.
But another one as well, actually a throwback. I remember when I first started went to Cannon Palmer, went to year 7, and it was just massive, just Channel U, man. Channel U was huge.
Yeah.
I was just watching
Yeah.
everything like that,
The
and
weird
seeing
thing-
a Dizzy Rascal, "I Love You." Oh my god, that popped
Yes,
off,
weird
and
thing
I
is,
remember
though,
just
about
that
all
one
that, to touch on
popped
Channel
off.
U very briefly. Channel U was actually very democratic because you could have people from your school on there.
Literally.
Do you know what I mean? It was so
Literally.
weird that you could go on
Yeah.
Sky and watch people from your school would
Facts.
have a song on there.
Facts.
There would be songs representing different parts of the country, different
Yeah.
parts of London. It was
Yeah.
very, very odd.
It was the DJ AG of that time kind of thing.
Right,
It was
right.
like anyone can get on it. If you had the money, you know the person who does it.
I
Put
think
your
it was
shit on.
easier
me
than
as
that. I
well.
think you had to post in your video or CD, and then you just had to get it requested. So people had to request it, and at some times of the day, it would only take like 5 requests to get it on, which is 5 texts.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't have that channel at home, but at other people's houses it would be on. But I remember, and it's weird that I'm saying this because it's strange because we talk a lot these days about like people not really listening to albums, playlists, all this sort of stuff. I remember the big thing back then were the compilation CDs as well. So you get like the Now CDs, or you get like what's the DJ on
that's a
BBC
good
One? I
point.
can't remember now. But
Trevor
Trevor
Nelson.
Nelson, that's the one. And
Yeah.
I Love
It
You
always has
came
some
on one
sexy
of
girl in a
those.
bikini on the front.
Before
I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, before I'd ever heard Grime, Dizzy Rascal, anything like that, I Love You came on, and it blew my mind. I'd never heard anything like. I think I've told this before. I remember hearing it and being like, it got stuck in my head immediately, and it was just so different to anything I'd ever heard. But then it was also the accent as well. Whenever I heard rap, it was American, and I heard that, and it was like what, we rap, like people rap over here. It like completely blew my mind. And Power as well. Power was like, I don't know
Oh,
why
Power
we were
was a
listening to that at
movement,
that
man.
age.
How
That
was a
was
childhood
movement.
song?
Yeah.
Oi,
Crazy.
that
Shouldn't
was a
have been.
movement. Everybody
song.
at school was just banging that
Great
out.
song.
And then I just remember learning the lyrics like to a T, and everybody was just going in the playground and going, "Pow, yeah, I'm deep for the beat." Oh, it was amazing.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
it was-
that start of that song is fucking amazing. You're barking up the wrong tree. What?
Spotlights on
my
me.
Posse cuts, right? The UK literally survived
on.
off posse cuts. It was like 8 man on the tune minimum every single
Mad.
time.
10-man minimum.
Mad.
Crazy, absolutely crazy.
And pirate
But
radio
I
as well.
think-
Like, I mean, I wasn't in it like that, but I remember just like having the radio on, and then suddenly a station would come along, and they'd be like,
Yeah,
I always think like, what
yeah.
rappers did I hear back then that are like massive now? And I remember you said G Unit earlier, Kieran. I remember once G Unit did a like an interview on a UK radio station. It was mad. That was like 2004 times or something like that. So yeah, it's good that we're doing this actually, because a lot of these memories I haven't thought about in a long, long time.
There's just never room for it in the content calendar because of what we do and how we do it. We want to give value, but in this case, it's like, nah, let them, them guys that like to listen all the way to the end, let them hear a little bit about us and what we do, so they can kind of relate to us a little bit more. Both known and unknown people.
Yeah.
I will say something though, like that. I feel like that shifted me from being like a casual listener to really tapped in, because someone just got really vexed at me because I didn't know like Biggie that well. I knew Tupac, but they were like, "You don't know Biggie like that." I got forced to listen to it basically, and then it was like, "Wow, I'm actually like I'm deep in lyricism and hip hop now." And from then on, it was all the whole '90s thing and all of that as well.
Do you know what the moment was for me? I don't remember what year it was. It might be year 8 or year 9. When Kieran came to our school and had to sit next to me in history, and I clocked that he liked music. that was when I realized I had someone to talk to about music. Because even though I was always around Neil was just like, Neil knew all the stuff I knew to a degree, so there was nothing to talk about. We kind of just knew all the same music and was doing whatever we were doing, playing basketball or whatever.
Yes.
But when Kieran sat down and he was like, "Yeah, I've never heard of that, bro," I said, "Get on them," I said, We're gonna start doing listening parties." We were sharing stuff backwards and forwards, and then when that piff became what it was, oh my god, we had field day. Day
It got
in, day
crazy,
out.
didn't it?
365. We were listening to like 3-4 projects a day. New projects.
Why didn't we have
That's
that much
mad.
time?
I don't know.
That is mad.
Some unknown rapper out there has gone triple platinum in mine and Kieran's MSN chat.
That was the thing.
Those times were
that was the one for me was sixth form. That was when I really got tapped in. It's sort of
That's when I hit God level then, because I
You were a
already knew
late
what I was
bloomer,
listening
Sean.
to.
yeah.
I knew what I was doing there. I was telling people, listen to this. They don't really care. I was like, this is the next one. And like Neil didn't have no choice. He would just hear it and be like,
You'd
yeah, this
become
is
a
calm.
talent scout at that point. It was crazy.
Neil was always fucking with it, but Neil was just like, yeah, I like this. This is calm. Never asked for like, what is this? Who is this?
No.
He just would be like, yeah, I like
It
it.
banged. It banged.
Yeah.
But
That was it.
I would say, Sean, I think I'm late bloomer as well, because like Sam was saying, I was always listening to stuff, but I didn't really listen to albums through and through. Oh, I listened to some, obviously, but I wasn't really like how I'm listening to music now. I wasn't doing that back then.
You were listening to a lot of R&B, if I remember correctly.
R&B.
Yeah, you were listening to a lot. You put me
R&B,
onto R&B because I had no in to listen to R&B. So Neil would be like, check this, check that. Okay, yeah. Boyz II Men's good. Check this, check that. And then I started learning a bit more
100%.
about R&B.
Yeah, so R&B was my thing. Like before hip hop, I was Usher, Genuine.
Oh, Usher, man.
They were Aaliyah. That time was a fun time. But I think hip hop wise, I'm not gonna lie. I think it was when I really got into like listening to albums. I'd probably say 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
Oh, really?
What year would that be?
Wow.
What year would that be?
That'd be 2018. You're wrong. You
And do you know what? Do you know what that
3 years
was?
before that?
So I was, you know how it is. I was with a girl. You share each other's music taste, and then she said to me, "Oh, listen to J Cole." I'm like, yeah, I know J Cole.
I was gonna say,
I said,
you didn't listen to Cole's album.
I did, but I didn't listen to them
Cole.
through like that. I didn't
Yeah.
Cole. I didn't with a fine Cole, man. She's like, nah, let me put you on. And she put me through the mixtapes and the albums, and I was just there like, nah, this is. And I think it was, that was when it, for me, I kicked in. I was like, okay, let me start listening to some more. And then from there, I was taking in albums way more. Before I was taking the hit songs, do a quick skim through, but now I really like, and I think joining this pod as well, I'm way more open as well to like listen to more different types of hip hop, rather than just my typical kind of palette or taste. I think you guys have definitely helped me really kind of expand my range.
The problem is now there are no good albums to listen to, right? They're few and far between. Yeah. Whereas if you look 5-10 years ago, there was loads. So you could go listen to this whole artist, all 4 albums are out. Listen to that. Now it's like, bro, maybe this song and that like might be for you, but I feel like we've kind of progressed into a stage now where it's like there aren't really good albums coming out, and it's a sad thing to say. But
I disagree.
Hopefully,
there's loads of good albums. Loads of good albums. Every year we talk about like all the albums.
But they're not staying with me the same way. If that makes sense.
I understand that.
It could be me.
I understand that. But like, think about like 2022, the amount of amazing albums. 2021 was was really prolific as well. In fact, what is the
last album I've listened to?
Like just a quick one. What's the best album that we reviewed or like that's come out since we started the pod? Would you say? For me, it's Billy Wood Maps. That one to me.
I don't think we reviewed that though.
Yeah,
but like I said, either one that we reviewed or something that's been released since we.
For me, it's Simbi, man. I'm sorry.
Simbi's up there.
It's between those two. It's between those two.
It's Vince Staples' self-titled.
That's like my favorite.
Shit.
That's my favorite.
Simbi is my number one, man. That album gave me some out-of-body experience, man.
I hear you with that album.
No one told anyone to listen to it. Everyone just listened to that album. Like no one was like, "Oh, you have to listen to this album." It just, I don't know how it got to everybody, but everyone listened to the album.
What about you?
It's weird, isn't it? Because I feel like we liked the grey area. I guess in a way, it's crazy. But this one, Simbi was just so mad.
I mean, the reason why we're called the Grey is because that's mine and Sean's favorite coffee shop.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Yes. I thought so.
We're not on them type of activities anymore, but that's why it's called that.
Back in the day.
But I had a nice little visit there in
once.
September 2023. That was
Oh yeah,
reminiscent.
yeah.
I
That's
still got
quite
a pic from
recent,
there.
you know.
It was quite yeah, I was baked. What's the word? What was I going to say? Yeah, but I agree with you that things just don't live with us anymore. But again, it's the nature of like how we consume stuff and how much comes out as well. It's we're oversaturated. But Neil, just quickly, so since like January 2021, if you can like sort of remember dates and stuff, what's the sort of best album you've
Yeah.
heard over the last 4 years?
Oh, that's hard. Best album. I don't know if this counts. It's kind of cheeky. Just go ahead. I'm saying SOS.
Okay.
It's a cheeky one. I like it though. You know? I like that.
Because you know what, a few songs in there, I'm actually playing them over and over again. I'm dissecting her bars because I'm like, yo, how are you rapping like this?
She's such a good spitter.
Like,
It's crazy.
I'm actually jealous, like how good you're rapping. Might delete later. That is insane. I think I know me and Theo said it over and over again, but if you listen to how the breath control.
Disgusting.
What this guy's doing.
It's actually disgusting. But you know what's mad about Might Delete Later? I'm so
crazy.
glad that you've plugged that onto this pod and made everyone realize how amazing that album is, because I've gone back, and when going back through J. Cole's obviously going through all his albums, like I bigged up Off Season massively, but the way Might Delete Later makes Off Season look like it's just not even that great, and it is.
does.
But that is the level jump is disgusting.
Yeah.
Every time I jump, I'm like, oh my god, he really upped his levels that much. It's ridiculous.
He did.
Absolutely ridiculous.
He did. So I think that's for me. I think, and then even though it's not the whole album, it would be the Drake and J. Cole thing, the Skate Hours After Dark bonus.
Yeah, that was
I don't know if that
amazing.
counts as a project, but
that
I'll let
was
you off.
good. That was
Yeah.
good. I won't lie.
That was so spectacular.
That portion there, I was like, ooh, that is for me. In terms of other albums, there's some good ones, but nothing really like. Ooh, when gets Conflict of Interest?
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, that's a good point.
21,
Yeah.
And obviously Forbidden Frequencies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on,
those-
Forbidden Frequencies is insane, isn't it? Like, I feel like
So gets
it's up there. It's up there.
gets for those two crazy. Like, it's been great albums, but I think the ones I just mentioned, they all stuck with me. I still play them to this day, and I'm actually analyzing, trying to like understand how they formulate their bars or how they even be able to perform it and record in such a way. So, yeah, I think those are the ones.
Fair enough.
And just to check, Theo, yours was Simbi. You're up there with the rest of them with
Simbi.
this.
Yeah,
Okay.
Simbi's 100% mine. It's what that album did to me. I literally placed from the beginning to the end. I was on just some journey, and I haven't had an album do that to me in a long time. That album was incredible.
Yes, beautiful.
Makes
album.
sense.
Yeah. What about of all time? This is an
Of
interesting
all
one.
time, it's difficult.
I refuse to answer
That's
this question.
That's difficult.
I refuse.
It's too controversial right now. Let's be honest. When
Just
we
because I
say
wrote the
names we
question
don't want to
doesn't mean I
say.
have to answer it. I refuse.
No, man.
That's
There's
fair.
certain names out there we don't want to be talking
I
about.
don't know. No, it's not even that.
Be
It's
honest.
not even that. I'll be honest. It depends on the day. Like, it really depends on the day, man.
That's
Like,
true.
Because you want to say a classic, right? You want to say something from way back when, but then you want to be honest and what are you really vibing with, and then you want to be more honest and go, what do you really vibe with, whether or not people like it or you don't care. That's why I can't answer this question.
I have an answer
You know what I mean?
if someone put a gun to my head, because like you said, it for me there's like it's a bit like films. There's like 3 or 4 that you just interchangeable. But
I know what my favorite film is.
Oh no, I've not got any interchangeable for films. My number one is my number one, and will stay that for the rest.
Okay, he's strong. So let Theo go and then Sean go, please, because I want to hear this strong
but
opinion.
wait, what films?
But film, there is no one is debating my number one. My number one is my number one. There's no
What is it?
interchangeable.
What about music?
Why is it a secret though, man? Just
No,
say it,
it's not sure. No, I'm about to say it. Give me a chance. It's Shawshank Redemption.
Oh.
Sorry,
Ooh, that's a
that
big
is my
one.
number one. That is my number one film. Nothing's touching that.
Mine's The Dark Knight, but that's a different conversation.
Yeah, we know that one.
That's
I know that one. I knew you were gonna say that.
That feels serious. Anyway, back to music now.
So who do you want? Do you want Theo first or me?
No. Theo's thing was because he's feeling strong about the film. I just want you to talk about the music now.
exactly. Yeah.
Wait, I'm still confused.
Now, yeah.
Theo.
No, how are you confused? I was strong about the film, man.
Oh,
In
okay,
terms
right,
of
right.
all
I thought
time,
you
in
meant
terms
because
of the
Theo was
music.
so
Bro, that's
strong.
fucking
Yeah.
2023 Amsterdam trips kicking in now.
Yeah. No, mine is and Sam, I got to credit you. Is Common B. It's my favorite hip hop
Oh,
album of all
that
time.
I
album's
thought so.
fantastic.
That's
amazing
nice.
Because
album.
That's
That
good
is
I
an
thought about this a
amazing
bit, and
album.
like there's certain albums that I lived with. Like, so for a period of time, it would, in that moment it was, so like Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City was just in heavy rotation for like a year pretty much. Tribe's latest, like last album, that was another one that had made a big impression. Simbi, of course, Maps by Billy Woods. There's a lot of classic albums as well that I obviously didn't sort of, grow up with and live with, whether it be like Outcast, 80 Aliens and Aquemini, or like Low End Theory by Tribe, Black Star, Most Def, his first album, Black on Both Sides, Things Fall Apart by the Roots. There's all these, like, there's all these albums, but I have to admit, B is the one that year on year I go back to the most, and it can just
You
play
want
in
to talk
any
about a
setting
perfect
for me,
album?
any setting.
That is a perfect album. I remember my dad was playing that in the car from May 2005 until May 2006. Do you know what I mean? We went on a holiday and all kind of shit. He was playing the album on repeat. That album is fantastic.
Yeah, it's whether it be like the
Easy listen,
production,
man.
obviously from Kanye, where I feel like he was in his peak production powers. Common, just rapping so elite, man. Just so like, and it's mad that he still raps like that now as well, which is crazy. But and then the content as well. Listening, it's an album that when I go back to it every few years, it means something, or like I pick up on more things, and it's like, I think you just growing as a man, you just start to appreciate some of the stuff he's saying on there as well. And it's quite tight.
It has
It's
one
not
of the
too
strongest
long.
starts as well.
Huh?
It has one of the strongest starts.
Oh yeah,
I agree with that.
it's to me, it's just like, yeah. Whenever there's the sort of first warm sunny day of the year, B comes on. If I'm going for a longest drive, B gets put on. If I need a comfort album, just something that I'm familiar with and it's going to make me feel good, B comes on. Certain songs might get me sort of kind of hyped up, or other ones will get me in sort of like a more sort of introspective place. It's the one, man. Yeah, Common
No,
B.
yeah, good choice. That's a good choice. I again, that album could be up there. It could be Food one day. It could be a J album. It could be a Ye album. Like, it really does depend. But that is a good choice. Has everyone else got like a strong pick, and not something that's like a flash in the pan? It's like something that they've lived with for a bit.
I do think 80 Aliens, like Sean said, for some reason that one I used to just put that on whenever I just wanted to like have a cool little evening. I don't know, like light one as well. It was just one
Yeah,
trying
we
to feel like
definitely did that at yours once, Kieran.
yeah. 80 Aliens just it hits up some sort of like it's definitely like an alien kind of album. It's cool. I like that one.
My favorite Outkast album is Speaker Box and The Love Below. I don't know why. It's not a particularly great album, but I fucking
No,
love
it
that.
is, it is,
thing.
but yeah,
Both
It is
sides
good,
of it
man.
as well.
yeah, it's very good.
No, mine would be Aquemini if it was Outcast.
The Criminal is so good. So
Aquemini is
to be honest, and
amazing.
Stankonia as well. I really like Stankonia too.
Yeah, I went back to that a few weeks ago, and God, that's aged so well, man. That album that's a wild album. Wild album.
No, have you got a pick in mind, or are you like me refusing to answer the question for you?
Oh man, it's tough. It really, I think it's for me. I'm very much kind of like Sam, but there's two that stood out to me. I'm looking through my albums, and the two I'm thinking about is Nothing Was the Same.
Ooh, that's like a modern classic. I'll give you that.
I think and that one is like, yeah, it has a bit of everything for me. And then The College Dropout.
Oh yeah, that's
College Dropout. I mean, that is a straight up
I
classic.
forgot to mention that
Honestly,
one.
that is
College
brilliant.
Dropout. Oh my gosh!
Oh, it's amazing.
It's just so fun.
Yeah.
It's very nostalgic for me. Like certain songs you can rap to your heart's content and just really go through it. Like Jesus Walks is crazy.
Yeah, that was another one.
When you listen to it and you realize what's going on, it actually is one of the craziest things to be created, right? Because
Like
it's a
Jesus
gospel song.
Walks? Yeah.
It's a gospel song, and it's very conscious, but the beat is insane. You've never heard anything like that at that time. and you technically haven't heard anything like it since.
Yeah.
It's one of them ones. Yeah, you're right.
Jesus Walks, when that comes, it's you catch the Holy Ghost. You could be an atheist and still catch the Holy Ghost. Like it's one of them ones.
I think the craziest thing about the College Dropout is how many hits there are on that album as well. It's like, I'm not saying it's top to bottom hits, but it's top to bottom strong bangers.
Yeah. And All Falls Down.
Well, that was I was about to say that was
All Falls Down is incredible. That song is
because I didn't. In fact, do you know what? I almost bought College Dropout. I just realised I just had the memory when I was up in Scotland again with my mum, just in the supermarket, and I remember seeing the bear. That was the thing as well back then. The cover art was like a big sort of drawing, like it would draw you in back in those days. And I remember seeing the bear.
This one was a picture. This was a picture of him with the bear head on, sitting on the stairs. That was this.
And
album.
I remember. Because All Falls Down was again one of those videos I'd wait for. That video used to blow my mind. The whole like point of view thing, and and Jesus Walks was big and all that. But that was like I say, sort of a few years before I started to really like sit with albums and that. But yeah, that's definitely up there for me as well. I also forgot to mention Hoodies All Summer as well. When that came out, that was another one.
Well, that's what I was. That's up there for me because that's what I was going to say. If I have to pick. I'm going to sound boring, but this album's lived ever since I listened to this album. It's just stuck with me, and it will just stick with me. And I remember when I was younger saying that it was greatest of all time. It's Illmatic, but Illmatic will always live with me, and that album just will stay in like my top 5 because I still go back to that and still think this is just incredible what he did. That album for me is just absolutely flawless. But then Hoodies All Summer is up there for me. I think that album's flawless as well. I listened to that recently. That top to bottom, I can't follow it at all. It's just absolutely fantastic.
I think to not tell any lies, it might have to be My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy for me.
Yeah. Come on.
Oh yeah,
that album changed the way that I understood music. Even I was what 16, 17 at the time, so like I had enough sense to know what was going on, so I could hear it for the first time, and I was taking it in, and just the whole rollout of it, that little movie that came with it, I think that might be my greatest of all time. And I listen to it very rarely now because it's not overwhelming, but it is very like an intense experience to listen to that album.
Yeah, it's a lot to deal with. I think also, I struggle to talk about Kanye because it's like it's gone really bad at this point.
At this
it's
very
really
current
hard
moment,
to feel like that. But I do want to say also Watch the Throne. I feel like, I don't know, man. I liked the album when it dropped. Then I saw the gig a year later, and it just like was just so life changing. I feel like
that was a life changing experience.
I haven't recovered.
Wait, who didn't go to Watch the Throne here? I know Neil went.
I didn't.
So Neil went the day before we went, or a couple of days before.
Neil went? Okay.
And he came to me. He was like,
part of the club.
He goes like this. They're doing that. I was thinking, yo, what are you serious? He's like, you come up on a thing. You want to be over here? Don't be over there. It's crazy. He couldn't even put it into words. I'm like, okay then. And then on the Sunday, me and Kieran went and had our minds blown. And
they were literally superheroes. Like it was insane.
The mad thing was the following week, Sean went and saw them up in Birmingham somehow. And Sean had the exact same reaction. Oh man, that was
it's the greatest concert I've ever been to.
Nothing will ever be like that again. I've never seen. The closest thing I've seen is Tame Impala, but that was even at a festival, so it wasn't all his kind of setup.
Yeah, to start that with Ham.
Sure. They come up through the
and you come up from the floor. Fuck you know.
And the fire in your face. Like,
do you know what's mad? Because I was waved and like too waved. Like, you know when so it's my fault. I was my brother and his friends. I was the young one again, and they was like, "Yo, drink this." Da, 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 da. So they gave me a half bottle of Coke and anyway alcohol. And I'm in the queue, I'm thinking, look, I'm a lightweight. I can't finish this. Like, yo, finish it. Like, peer pressure, no. You know, it's a bitch. So I finish it. So I'm in the stands, swaying side to side, waiting for the opening act. No opening act. And I'm just there like, bro.
All the samples, isn't it? Playing all the samples.
Yeah. And it just goes dark. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? And then you hear the boom. And I was like, what the fuck? And they just rising from the ground. And I'm just like, who do I look at? It's like, what's going on? And I'm like, yo, is this happening right now? And I was just, my brain was going that way. My body was going that way. Yeah, it was mad.
We had a completely different experience too, because we were in the front corner, like in the So this would be where one of the pillars, like the main kind of strip bit would be, which is in the
Right.
front. We were in the corner bit like that, but because of everybody wanted to be in that corner, we kind of kept moving around in that one little bit, like up this way, down that way, right? But there was a few songs that were absolutely nuts, and I would be wrong to not mention this. They did Niggas in Paris 7 times or 6 times or something, and by the 3rd or 4th time, you don't want to hear it anymore.
You don't want to hear it anymore.
Your body is finished. You've got nothing left. You've got nothing
Friends
left.
were fainting. People were
It was
fainting next to me.
like the music video. I swear to God. Because the music video, feels like a trip, Past the 4th, 5th time, I was seeing the kaleidoscope, bro.
Yeah.
The laser was hitting
visions.
in the back of my iris. I swear the light-skinned girl from the video was there. It was great. There was a tiger.
The animals. Oh, shit.
Bro, that whole concert, forget about rap albums, because we have got an unreleased rap concert experience. I'm sure we talk about this more in depth. Oh my God, that at 18, fresh 18 as well, was insane.
Yeah, I don't think we
And
slept
value-
after it. I don't think we slept.
No, you came to a
I think we
party.
came,
You came to a
I think
party where I was.
we left Birmingham the morning after and went straight to a house party. It was mad. A mad time.
Yeah, that was a weird one. But the craziest part about it for us, and this is a once in a lifetime experience. Rihanna came out on R1. Rihanna didn't come out on any other Watch the Throne concert. Just
They did
us.
Run This Town, and it was crazy.
Run This Town
Mad.
and all of the lights. It was insane.
Mad. All of the lights was insane.
It was essentially 3 concerts into one.
Yeah.
You had the Kanye set, you had Jay-Z set, and you had both of them together. I was like,
I think the maddest part for me as well, back then, Kanye had a song called Theraflu at the time, but then it became called Cold.
Theraflu.
I was the only person in the crowd that knew the song because it only come out like a Monday before.
You were spitting it. I was like,
Yeah, I remember that.
Me and Neil loved that song.
Yeah,
it was
hard.
good.
That song
The
was
mad
hard.
thing we had at our one was, and you can check it on YouTube. Beyonce and Kim Kardashian were in the crowd at the end.
Yeah, they were at R1 too.
They in there as well.
They weren't in the crowd. They were on the
And
stand.
there was a point where they were still doing Paris, and it was like the 4th time, and people weren't responding. And I think Jay got a bit annoyed or said something, and it was because people were trying to rush Beyonce and Kim Kardashian, but obviously they had security around them and all that. But people weren't listening to what Jay and Ye were saying on the stage, and there was a bit of a period where it all had to settle down, and then they did it another 1 or 2 times.
That was the beginning of the mosh pit, by the way. You want to talk about moshing in rap music? That was the beginning. Was that song? That song was the first time because Neil was the one who told me about the pits that was going on there.
Nah, Odd Future had some.
It wasn't the first one, but I hear what you're saying.
It was in rap music. That would have been the first one.
Nah.
What would the first one be?
Nah. It would either be a DMX song, Busta Rhymes MOP, what do you call it?
anti-up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
those. Yeah,
That was an intense experience, and I'm glad I went at the age I did because any age above or below that, I wouldn't have been in my prime to enjoy that.
Yeah, I'd have been in the hospital.
yeah.
I think.
Facts. Facts.
I almost didn't make it out.
I'm
Kendrick, man. My hamstring went.
I'm a bit scared for Tyler because I'm.
No, Tyler will be
Tyler
calm.
Tyler would be fine.
Nah, he does new magic wand.
Wait, are we standing or sitting down? I
You're
forgot.
standing.
Oh, we're standing.
Oh shit.
I'll trade with you. You can have my seat on the roof.
Nah, I'm good.
Man.
I'm gonna bring a back strap.
Yeah. You think it's a joke, but you might have to stretch beforehand because last thing you want to do is ham up in there, man. That's the worst.
Facts. Yeah, facts.
Okay, let's try kind of close this out because it's getting late and I appreciate it's early in the week and this was an impromptu recording. So I want to ask Neil this first because he's the newest and he actually listened to a lot of the episodes before he came on. What was one of your favorite or funniest podcast moments?
Oh man, there's been so many. Oh my god, it usually comes from Kieran or Sam. It's usually you guys will say some shit so from left field that no one sees it coming, and I can't even. Oh man, I need to think of something. And you know what? Half of it is when you guys say some shit that pisses me off. That which makes it's funny, but you try and big up some Sea China or Ice Spice or something. But
We're dead serious though. It's
I
not
know you're
like-
serious. That's why I'm just like, fuck out of here. What was the best moment? What was the episode where we all started cracking up and we all was literally finished? There was an episode and we was what was we talking about? I can't remember
What
honestly.
happened?
But there's a moment where we everyone was literally just finished for a good But anyway, besides that, I think the other one we liked was we was listening music together. We was listening to the freestyles.
Oh yeah.
I like that one.
Oh, yeah,
I thought that was really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really, really fun. And I think, to be honest, now tell you a lot, I think it might have been the Kendrick and Drake thing, the beef.
Yeah.
I think because the way he was dropping Kendrick, well, at first, before he even started dropping, because Drake was killing him, we was thinking, bro, what's he gonna do? So when he dropped all those fucking tracks, we was literally beside ourselves, like, what the fuck is happening?
It became draining. It became tiring.
Yeah, and was it the one? Was it Meet the Grahams when he just went fucking?
Yeah.
He went Lucifer on us. I don't know. He just
Theo
turned
was the
into
first
some.
person to listen to that as well, and he was like, "Be careful." He was like, "Be careful with this one."
Oh, that was awful, man.
I think I've only listened to that probably 3 times or 4
Yeah, me
times
too,
because
yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
scared
I
of
think
it.
twice.
Oh,
I want to listen to it
that
more.
song.
I just
Can't
physically am not
okay.
allowed to.
It's just a bit. It's a bit heavy. It's just a bit heavy. It's just like, bro, what are you saying? Like, it's just. I feel dirty.
No, I'll never forget that moment when it happened though, because I remember waking up thinking, "Oh shit, Drake's dropped," and then I'm listening, thinking, "Oh, this is amazing," and then I'm looking and seeing every social media. It's like Kendrick dropped again, and it was like, "What?" And then I put that on. I was like, "What the fuck am I listening to?" I was shaking. I had goosebumps on. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I think I mentioned it earlier. So I listened back to a few episodes, mainly like the kind of ones around the beef and the GNX review as well. And one of my favourite moments with you, Neil, is you and Kieran had a back and forth, right? Because you said something like, "Is it really a great song if you can't rap along to it?" Do you remember this? And Kieran said something about films, and you were like, "A film's 2 hours long. What are you talking about?" And then Kieran said something about opera, and you're like, "What the?" Honestly, listen back. That
sounds hilarious,
man. Yesterday, listen to it. It was so funny. And then something wild happens towards the end of that one. That might have been what you were referring to. Where I think Sam said something there, but just everyone was gone. So that back and forth between you two is hilarious.
You know, I think I was just going with. I was like, okay, we're onto something. Like this is saucy for the pod. Let me just keep going.
It's so good, not to get sentimental in that though, but one of my favourite things is you coming onto the podcast, Neil, because you did bring you freshen things up. You brought a different kind of balance. Also, as well, like behind the scenes as well, though, like the stuff that people haven't heard really is like introduce. It started off as like us typing up bars. Because you suggested, let's do like a posse cut or something like that, and we started like beefing, just typing up bars, and then Theo just drops a freestyle out of nowhere. Then suddenly Neil kicks off Freestyle Fridays, and we've got like 2 or 3 songs, and so if you didn't come along, I don't think any of that would have been happening. So
we would have stalemated each other. We would have talked about it for a long time and never done it. But So, we had a good run of about 10 weeks of every week. Each one of us did a freestyle, and we've also got a song that's in the podcast feed called Yacht Rock Free. So it might not be the best, but how much podcasters do you know that actually do the thing as well as talk about the thing? Not many.
Fun, man.
Facts.
And then just the last one for me, something I brought up a couple times at least, and it was something that unfortunately listeners wouldn't have seen, but we did a DMX Discog discussion, and someone picked Who We Be. And when I say the collective head nod from all of us, we were like almost headbutting our screens. It was crazy. I remember looking, I was like head nodding like this, and I looked up, and everyone is going mad. Like everyone next to like. Honestly, if we had that recorded, that would be incredible to show people. That was so funny, man. But
I agree. Like the Discog discussions, they're just so impactful. I feel like by the end of each one, if we've done it right, I don't think every single one we did exactly right, but it usually feels like I get mad passion for the artists we've like traversed their life with. It's crazy.
It's a fun journey as well, because it's not the journey you would take listening to an artist, because you get 3 other people's opinions or 4 other people's opinions. You kind of go, I haven't actually listened to that in a long time. So it's a fun thing to do.
Sam, I'm not gonna lie though. I think one of the funniest things you've ever done is how we ended that last episode we dropped. That pegging thing, it got me. Like I thought we ended the new year like we weren't gonna hear that anymore. The way you brought it back,
I need to check this. What was it?
I was done.
So Neil was talking about something, and he was alluding to something. So I just pressed the button. He wanted to hear Peggy again.
I can't. Like it got me so disgustingly.
That is actually my favorite part
was
about this
crying.
podcast is building the board, because I'm the only person that knows what's on it. And obviously, when it first started, we had the basic, we had the bomb, we had some Drake stuff, like just stuff that everybody knew. But over time, and I'm not sure if it was before we started releasing it or it was when we were just kind of like fucking around and saying we were going to do it, but we were still kind of recording it. It was getting the snippets from everybody that I wanted to get. I still haven't got one for Neil yet, but it will come eventually. But getting snippets of everybody doing something mad that they've definitely forgotten about and just dropping it out of nowhere, people go, "Wait, I didn't talk. How did that?"
The first one is the first time you ever drop them is mad.
Yeah. So the board stuff that's left on there right now, I'll play it so you guys can hear it. But there's Sean's classic
one, yeah.
classic, which is.
Edit the fuck out of that.
I don't even know where that's from, when it happened.
That was
But
funny.
he doesn't even need to say it anymore. There's that. Theo's got so many.
It's sad, and I feel like I've got to do it.
That was when DMX died. That was Theo's response to DMX dying.
How is that real, man?
And then this one, I genuinely have no clue where this came from, but this is Theo again.
I wanted to be straight gangster.
What is that, man?
I don't know where
Where does that come from?
And then Kieran's classic, which is this,
I do my monologue.
which is like, I don't remember when he said that either, but it's
I
such
can't
a
even
classic.
remember. That straight gangster one, I can't even remember where that was from. Was that a DMX?
I think we were talking
It
about
had more
Birdman,
board stuff. Yeah, it was Birdman.
It was Birdman. Oh yeah, that was it.
But that's my
God.
favorite and funniest moments of the pod is clipping out those bits and playing them a couple weeks later, a couple recordings later when they first dropped. So those will definitely be in the early recordings. But Jesus, for me, that's my favorite thing about this pod, and I need to actually get more on it and clip out bits that are funny to refresh the board, because it's been 4 years that we've been rocking with a lot of these sounds.
And Kieran, what was the episode when you broke your laptop screen? What was that one?
Oh my goodness.
Bad vibes.
So that cost me like hundreds to fix a song. Like, I don't know what was it? Oh man, that was
I don't even
crazy
think you were
though.
reacting to anything though, were you? Just like, I don't know what happened, but
No, you just dropped it.
I think I might have
just
been
dropped the
laughing and I
laptop.
grabbed I don't know what was
It
going
it was
on.
mad.
I fall a lot, you know. I can't lie.
I think some of the funniest and favorite moments are the bits that we haven't recorded, which is the bits before and after the podcast where we're talking absolute rubbish.
poo talk.
There's been some times where we share stories about our lives.
Oh no,
Where-
the poo talk
There
was
you
mental.
go. Poogate, which is just, we're not even going to talk about that because that's just ridiculous. But there was also a time last week where me, Neil, and Theo stayed on and we're talking just like about like Mr. Beast games. And
Yeah.
I saw a different side of Neil where he basically confessed that he wants to be part of Mr. Beast's
I'm trying to get paid.
Did you see? I checked him out. You see, he was in the All Star Weekend as well, and a guy won 100. Did he won 100,000 because he made the shot and beat Damian Lillard
Yeah,
to get
That's
those
luxury. You need to watch Mr. Beast games. The end is crazy. Well, I don't know if the end is crazy, but it gets mad towards the end.
It's good. It's
So
good.
yeah,
It's
that's
really
that's
good.
some of my favorite moments on this podcast. It's just
Theo
What
season.
you
Do
just
you
thought?
remember Theo?
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna bring that.
Oh.
yeah, that's
We used to rely on that, you know, just for some laughs.
for the review, yeah.
Oh, I forgot
Actually, no,
about
I've
those.
lied. I've completely lied. All of the award ceremonies, apart from the last one was a bit rubbish because everyone just wasn't ready for it. But the first ever award ceremony was crazy. The second one was crazier, and the third one was funny. This year's going to be a good one because we're all up for it and we're all
definitely.
paying attention now.
I tell you what, no, mine has to be like Kieran's mad reviews. They used to just crack me up every single time. just come up with this like, I'm just gonna give this album a 9.7.
Stupid high.
You said Donda was in the tens. Donda was in the tens. We were like, what?
I gave that Pop Smoke album. The way I gave that one,
The Pop Smoke album review was so funny. Oh, man, the ratings were unbelievable. They were absolutely unbelievable.
Did it happen for Travis Utopia as well? I swear, I
There
gave
was a
some
few moments
high-
where some high numbers were given out, and there was a few times where Sean actually revised his score post recording. He'd come on the next recording, and be like,
making up rules.
I'd actually like to bump my score down a bit.
We used to
bump it
go
up.
deep in the reviews, man. We used to really like dissect albums, but
I think the reviews were fun, but they're not really worth it.
it's a lot of work as well. 2021, there was more time to, Can't do it these days.
The release recaps are good. I think as well, we need to get a lot more play out of those because there's so much music coming out, especially in the last 2 months, that it's like we're not getting to talk about it. Well, I think we should try our best, even if it means it's a long recording, because I know people listen to the playlist, but it's also just like there's a lot coming out that I want to talk about, especially for this month, February at the moment.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool. 100 episodes.
Has anyone got any wild remarks?
Not 9.
Oh, did you see? It's not wild remark, but did you see Lil Wayne's feature on Jello's song?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's decent. You heard it.
I've not heard it yet. I need to check
I'm,
that out.
on the
I'm looking at
playlist.
Sam because Sam hated that song.
It keeps playing everywhere now, and I hate it. It's the worst song I've heard this year. Whoa! It's just
No.
That's how it goes.
Have you heard Wayne's verse on it?
Nah. I'll
Check
listen
out.
to it.
Yeah, you like it.
Wayne, he went a bit crazy though. Like he's like, I was thinking, is this an old verse? Because the way he's coming is wild.
It's decent.
I saw a video of Lil Wayne rapping in the studio, and he literally goes in and says line by line what he wants to say, and then now it makes sense why he sounds how he sounds.
In what sense do you mean?
He just punches in, like you know, like
Oh, yeah.
you talk about punching recording. So like he'll punch in, he'll do like a little 4-bar, punch in more, and then go back, and so it makes sense how his bars come off the way they do. But
Facts.
some of it is a bit.
Yeah.
I don't really know where he gets it from when he says it.
Yeah. But you know what? I think if you punched in, I think you'd be similar to Wayne.
Nah, I'll be worse.
I
I'll
think
say
so.
weirder stuff.
No, I think you'd be similar, honestly.
Because you come with some amazing lines.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
randomly. It's crazy.
Facts. If you had an engineer that had and you had time, you can do that easily.
I could do it myself.
But you know what I mean? Like, so you're in a booth by yourself, and you used to just rap, and the engineer can just keep doing it for you, and you just go.
Fair enough.
So I feel like if you had no one interrupting you, and just go, you can do that.
I like my one take wonder. What are you saying, Sean? What are you trying to say? Trying to get out of here?
What's that?
I said you were trying to say something, but Neil was telling me how I should rap.
No. The only thing I've seen of Wayne recently was his Super Bowl ad that for that skincare. I can't remember what the name of the brand is, isn't it? The tagline something like "We're all a little sensitive sometimes." You know, the whole like his response to this not getting the Super Bowl and all that. I thought that was a good little look. Not taking himself too serious. No one saw that, no.
Nah,
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Does he even have good skin?
I don't know, but
Drake.
it's a good pun. It's a good pun that was relevant to that whole situation. But
Okay, let's get out of here.
I'm pegging that man at the back of the bus.
You like it, Neil. You like.
I really don't. Do you know what's funny? I saw a UK lady rapper talking about it, and she was just cussing, saying, "What kind of fucking is this?"
hey, this is Sean, and thanks for listening to another episode of The Grey Area. Are you an upcoming artist, critic, journalist, or content creator? Hit us up on our Discord or in our YouTube comments if you want to share new music, take part in an interview, or are interested in collaborating. Links to these can be found in the show notes. Take care.